Hey. Good morning, everybody. The day we've all been waiting for. I'm Britt with the TownePost Network, and welcome to the Heartland Step Out virtual event. And just so you know, I'm broadcasting live from Fishers, Indiana. So I'm just on the northeast side of Indianapolis. But today we get to actually represent all the Midwest. So the entire heartland of the American Diabetes Association chapters. So we have Indiana, of course. We got Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. So we welcome all of our Heartland states coming in this morning and participating and joining us live for our virtual Step Out event. Now, we're hoping just to raise some awareness. We're hoping to raise some money. We're hoping to get some more people activated out there this morning. So whatever you're doing, this always started out as a tour to cure. And I think I got my shirt here. It says Tour to Cure on it. It started out as a bike race, and we've then incorporated a walk. And now, thanks to COVID and some, COVID protocols, it's real difficult to get people in one place with one big event when you've got this Delta virus and everything else. So we decided to keep it virtual this year, but let you guys kind of pick what you want to do today as far as activity, something outdoors, something with your family. Maybe you take your dog for a walk. Whatever it is you're doing today, we appreciate it, and we thank you for getting out there and evangelizing the American Diabetes Association mission and what we're trying to do in the great Heartland states. I'm going to post a link. Let me do this right now. And like I said, you guys are watching this live, so as everything you're seeing now is all happening in front of your very eyes, I'm going to post a link here in our chat. Now, this link that I just posted is a StreamYard link. So if you'd like to join me this morning, if you're participating, maybe you're in Tennessee and you're out getting ready to do your walk this morning or do your bike ride, or maybe you're out in Kansas, maybe you're in Wichita right now and you're watching us live and you say, hey, I just want to check in and give a shout out to my local chapter or to my local peeps, or maybe you just want to thank somebody who's a supporter of yourself and maybe your team. Come on into our green room. You have to put your name in. So there's no download. There's no software you have to download, but just put your name in so I know who you are. And I can do a private chat with you and tell you when you're coming on. So that's going to be happening a little bit later, probably after about 8:45 or so after we get this event started. Just so you know what we're doing this morning, we're here from some sponsors. We're going to hear from our co-chairs here in a few minutes. We're going to have a national anthem, just like a regular event. And then we're going to do a send-off. And when we send you guys off, my hope is if you have this on your phone, if you're listening to this on your Facebook page on your phone, or you're watching on your PC, just take your phone with you, put your earbuds in, put your headphones on, and you can listen to this live broadcast and maybe hear some shout outs for some people that you might know. So we're hoping you guys stay in tune with us this morning. We're going to try to give some shout outs to some of our sponsors, some of our top fundraisers, some of our top teams. So if you think you're in that mix, stay tuned. You might hear your name and your company here very soon. Also this morning, we want to do some Facebook and some Twitter. We want to do some social media. So our hashtag today is Heartland Step Out. Just do the Heartland Step Out hashtag. I've got another laptop over here. We're monitoring social media as we go along. So if you guys take a picture of your team, okay? Take a picture of yourself out on your bike. If you go by a famous landmark or something you think is really, really cool, take a picture of it, hashtag us, or we can't see it, and share it with us. And we'll try to incorporate you into this live feed as well. So it's a great way for you to participate virtually. We're getting an audience right now watching us live. So we're hoping that audience is going to gain. We're hoping to get Nielsen ratings bigger than the Super Bowl. It may be as big as the Field of Dreams baseball game there tonight. We're hoping for that. But we'll see what we can do here today. But at any odds, we want you guys to participate and hashtag Heartland Step Out. Also, if you'd like to donate this morning, maybe you're just watching this. You didn't know anything about this event. You just stumbled upon it in your Facebook feed, and you'd like to donate it today, or just learn more about what the American Diabetes Association is doing, not just here in the Heartland, but around the world. Go to diabetes.org/Heartland. That's a special page just for today's event. There's a resource there. There's links there to donate. And if you guys are watching, you say, man, I really like these guys. I like what they're doing. I like their mission. I want to chip in just throw $10, $20, whatever you have. It doesn't matter. Just make a donation. We would greatly appreciate that this morning. I've got my hat on today for a very special reason, and that's because our presenting sponsor today, and this is, let me get down to my graphics. Now, this is a one-man show. It's like that guy you've always seen in the old movies that's playing a tambourines between his legs, and he's playing the drums, and he's got something on his back. That's me today. So you have to bear with me a little bit. Our presenting sponsor today is Oaktree Financial Advisors. Oaktree has been a great partner of this event here in Indiana and the greater Midwest area. You're going to hear from them in just a minute. Our Living Red sponsor is Lilly Diabetes. They've got some great resources on their website, which we'll talk about here in a second, but they've got some great resources. They're doing a lot of work. And to them, this diabetes thing and trying to help people with diabetes is a 365-day-a-year thing for them. So we thank them for stepping up and stepping out with us this morning and sponsoring this event. Our media sponsors is WRTV6. They're the local ABC affiliate right here in Indianapolis. We're going to hear from Kevin Gregory, who's a local meteorologist, here in a few minutes. And this TownePost network, that's my company. So I started a magazine company here 17 years ago in Indianapolis. We do magazines in Indiana, Kentucky. We're very happy to support the American Diabetes Association, and we're the media sponsors today. And then we also have a lot of a day of events. Now, we used to call this logo soup when I did races and events and things. This is what you normally see on the back of a T-shirt. This year's event shirt does have a lot of these logos on it, but we want to thank each and every one of these local companies, local to our local chapters, who have stepped up and support the American Diabetes Association with teams, with financial sponsorships. They just do so much for so many people. So thank everybody on this screen. I'm going to leave it up for just one more second because these guys are really important to our mission and what we're trying to get accomplished here and get rid of this type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes. So thank you, sponsors. Thank you guys all. You're going to hear from a couple of those in just a minute. Also want to give a big shout out to some of our top teams. So if you guys had a team, now we have some updated slides this morning. So the ranking has changed a bit in the last 12 hours. If you thought you were number one yesterday, you might want to watch this slide because we've had some rank changes. We've had some new people break into the mix. So this is our these are our corporate teams. I'm sorry, this is the top friends and family teams. I got my slides out of order a little bit, so just bear with me. Friends of Thad, he's a team captain. Thad James is actually on the committee for this event today. Too Tired, I like that, Too Tired. Southside Peloton, Grants Group, and Pop Psychology. You guys, thank you. That's our top friends and family teams. Let's go now to our top 5 fundraisers. These guys raised over $1,000. And we can't thank them enough. Tom Barnes, Jim Purdy, Jody Whitney, Mary Grant, and John Ruggles. We're going to hear from John here in just a second. I see him waiting in the green room right now. So he's going to talk to us in just a second. He's the co-chair of this event. We also have our champion fundraisers. And this is the status we're all shooting for. Remember, you can keep fundraising. You can keep fundraising through next month. And I'll get to that in just a second. But if you raise $1,000 or more, you're on this list. And let me show you guys what you get, okay? Look at this. This is it's a 3/4 zip jacket. And I think this thing would probably cost about $1,000. I don't know if you guys can see that, all right? But it's a really nice 3/4 zip. It's got some long sleeves on it. It's a real nice material, too. It's real, it's thin, but it's warm. If you know what I'm talking about, it's kind of one of those Under Armour type shirts. Very nice piece of swag. If you guys raise $1,000, go online. We'll send you one of those and a whole bucket of swag that goes along with that. So thank you guys for that. We're right on time. Actually, it's 8:10. I'm right on time. I get the honor and privilege of introducing our co-chairs for today's event. So I'm going to bring you guys out of the green room and bring you up in here to the live stream so everybody can see who you are. I've got Chinmay and John Ruggles. Gentlemen, guys, thank you so much for all you guys do. I know this was a big committee. It wasn't just you two, but you guys are kind of the head of this snake right now as far as the guys who brought this all together today. I'm going to let you guys just have the floor. I'm going to jump out and get a drink of water. But you guys, anything you want to say to the crowd that's watching right now or maybe watching on demand?
John.
Perfect. Thanks. Can everybody hear me okay? I assume so. First of all, I would like to thank the local sponsors, Oaktree, Eli Lilly, Roche, and I would like to absolutely thank Sarah Schmitz, Lindsay Cannon, Mary Stickelmeyer, Mary Hamer of the local ADA chapter. Without you guys and your support, we couldn't make this thing possible at all. They don't get enough recognition for what they do. And honestly, for me, I would like to thank everybody that's watching, everybody that's participating, everybody that's even raised $1. Everything counts in this thing. I mean, there are 34 million Americans and who knows how many worldwide that live with this. Personally, my wife and I are my team, Pop Psychology. She's got a commitment this morning, as do I. So we're going to actually do our walk a little bit later, but I've mapped out a route of 3.4 miles that we're going to do specifically because it's symbolic of the 3.4 million Americans with diabetes. So that's kind of my thing. I would like to thank all the people virtually. Chinmay and I would normally be on site having a good old time. But since we have to do this virtually, let's do the best we can. Let's have some fun and make it a spectacular day. At least here in Indianapolis, weather's perfect so far. So get out there and rock and roll. And thanks so much for everybody in all 9 states and everything you're doing to raise money for this.
And thanks, John. And I can only add one thing to that is that just as we talk about the sponsors and the ADA committee members and ADA staff, I think the people with diabetes are our biggest. We all do this thing for the people with diabetes to improve their lives. So I think to support that, and also I'm also already in my jersey. Roche team jersey, so I'll go on a little bit of a bike ride, and later today I'm also walking over to the soccer fields where my daughter has her soccer game. So a little bit of both, little walk, little bike, maybe run, we'll see.
Well, guys, we can't thank you enough. And I think, you guys are doing God's work by getting out there and Chinmay, you working in this day in and day out. And John, you living with diabetes and being such a big fundraiser and big supporter. And, this isn't the first time I've seen these two guys. These guys are behind the scenes a lot. And this local chapter here in Indiana greatly appreciates it. And all the people in the Heartland appreciate your hard work. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. You guys are welcome to come back. So they'll hang out. You got the link to come back in and you can join us a little bit later if you can. Okay.
Hey, Tom, I also thank you this morning for hosting this. This is an amazing thing that you do for us. And it's, you do this on your own. We can't tell you how much appreciate it. And I did neglect to thank just the overall committee. The committee does such hard work behind the scenes. You guys rock. We have a lot of fun on our monthly calls. And I can't wait to continue working with you guys.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys. You guys have a good morning. I'm going to bail you guys out of the green room and get you back on your way. Again, I just found out from Lindsay Cannon to get that jacket I showed you. So let me show this again because this is actually bragging rights for anybody who's out there raising money today. $500. Just raise $500. You get one of these really cool 3/4 zip jackets. They're really, really nice. This fall, give us a month or so. It seems hot now, but give us a month or so. It's going to come in handy. So make sure you guys get that fundraising done and use today as a catalyst to get over the mark so you can get that jacket. Okay, so we have some really great sponsors. I've had the privilege of getting to talk to a couple of these guys this week. I'm going to pull up here real quick our very first sponsor video. And these are guys that I wear their hat because they at the live events. So I used to MC the live events we had prior to COVID, and I had the privilege of getting to meet a lot of these folks. And I tell you what, you just can't meet better people. And Oaktree Financial, these guys always hosted the beer tent. Okay, so they had a tent at the finish line. And imagine you're riding a bike for 50 miles, 100 miles, 10 miles, whatever it was. These guys hosted the beer tent, and they were just so nice. And they gave out all kinds of swag. Well, I got this at my very first race that they did. I got this hat, and I wear it often. So I had to give a little talk to those guys this week. And here's how that conversation went. Okay, everybody, we have a couple old good friends of ours of the ADA here in Indiana, Chris Baker and Ed Snyder from Oaktree Financial. Guys, Thanks for taking time out, and thanks most importantly for your sponsorship again this year of the Walkout Against Diabetes.
Well, thanks for having us, and we're glad to be sponsors for the 6th year in a row.
Yeah, 6 years. I mean, I think I first met you guys 6 years ago, the first year you guys were there. So you guys have always been there as long as I've been there as a MC and kind of hosting this. That's back when we used to do things in person, pre-COVID, as they call it now. You guys always had that big beer tent. I never will forget the big beer tent right next to the Lily tent. What do you guys? How do you recreate that virtually? Is there any way you guys can recreate the beer tent virtually? It's a trick question, by the way.
I don't know if that's possible. That's hard to do, but
We hope to get
look
back
forward
to
to getting back to that
real
someday.
events where we can get back to being the official, unofficial beer sponsors.
Well, so talk about what Oaktree Financial does. I think people kind of get the idea you're probably financial advisors, but you guys work with a lot of folks from Lily Camp, a lot of sponsors that support ADA, and you guys kind of got into this just through some acquaintances, right? Is that how you guys got involved?
Yeah, that's really, I mean, we've been working with, specializing in working with Eli Lilly employees for really almost as long as we've existed. And so just through some of those relationships, looking to get involved in some charitable things. And that's kind of what led us to the American Diabetes Association. A lot of good people at Lilly involved with that. So it just kind of is natural for us.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to have the people you work with all day, but also the people you work with, 365 days a year, kind of have an event that you guys can kind of have a common interest and a common support of the ADA here locally. Now, as far as like where your offices are, you guys are located in Carmel, Indiana. Is that right? Just north of Indianapolis?
Yeah, we're up off of Meridian Street at 131st and Meridian in Carmel. And we've been at that same building for 20 plus years now.
The landlord loves you. So tell us about what kinds of people you guys are looking for. But obviously, you're here to support ADA, but what kinds of clients are you looking for, and kind of what the climate is right now that we're coming out of COVID and people have more savings than ever to invest? How's that affecting your business?
Yeah, we've been extremely busy. I mean, we keep consistently busy, mostly through referrals from existing clients. But work we do is helping them with overall financial retirement planning, investment management are some of the biggest services we provide, whether it's helping with 401k advice or if they have other assets and IRAs, and helping them figure out, where they stand as far as retiring. And then after clients retire, it becomes more of helping them with kind of distribution planning and what's the best way to generate income that they need from different types of accounts that they might have.
So what's the environment been for you guys over the last 12 months? I'm sure it's been a little tumultuous with the ebb and flow of the markets and things, but now that we're kind of coming out of it, at least it's in our side view mirror. What are you guys seeing over the next 12 months as far as market opportunities and just opportunities for investors that you work with?
I wish I knew that. I'd be beyond my imagination if I could tell you what the markets are going to do. But,
come on, Chris, you're supposed to make a prediction here. 17%, right?
We use a very disciplined strategy. Just as a good example, a year and a half ago, when COVID got crazy, nobody would have predicted where the markets stand today. Nobody was predicting that. And so, we use a very disciplined strategy that avoids that guessing game when we work with investments. And I think clients appreciate that because they know that, it's just a guessing game when you try to do that.
Yeah. So you're not investing it in DraftKings speculation. You're actually investing it in good, sound, secure investments, right?
That's right.
Another thing that's important too is we look at it from a planning perspective, right? So you look at the person's goals and where they're at, where they want to go, and what they're trying to accomplish, and then look at the investments as a tool to accomplish that for them. Too many people just jump right into investments. So I think that planning is super important.
Well, good. Well, I will cancel my trip to Hoosier Park this weekend and try to put that money in some better uses than that. You guys, thank you for investing all your time and all your efforts with the American Diabetes Association. Thank you for being a sponsor today. And good luck to you guys, and go Red Ryder to all the folks at Oaktree Financial.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, that was our Oaktree Financial guys, Ed and Chris. Great guys. I tell you what, if I had $1 million to invest, I'd give it to those guys. And they do work outside of Indiana. So if you guys are watching anywhere in the Heartland and you want the same guys that most of the Lilly people here use, give them a hookup. Oaktree Financial. Our Living Reds sponsor is Lilly Diabetes. I got a chance to talk to Dennis O'Brien. Dennis, he works at Lilly. Again, another company that works 365 days a year to improve lives and quality of lives of those dealing and living with diabetes. So here's how that conversation went with Dennis. Okay, I've got with me now this morning, I got Dennis O'Brien, the product brand director at Eli Lilly and Company. Dennis, thank you for your time, and thanks for your sponsorship. This is awesome. You guys are the Living Red sponsor for the Heartland Step Out today. So thank you guys for being such a key sponsor. And just tell everybody, why do you guys do this? What's your commitment to this? Why are you guys involved in this?
Yeah, hey, Tom, and thanks for having me today. Again, I'm Dennis O'Brien, Eli Lilly and Company's diabetes business. I'm honored to serve also on the Heartland Community Leadership Board with the ADA. Lilly's a longstanding partner of the ADA, and we're proud to support the Heartland Step Out Walk. We support the ADA's goals of striving for a cure while helping the more than 34 million Americans with diabetes live their best lives. In particular, we're proud to be the Living Red sponsor, like Tom said, because we know that people with diabetes benefit from the research, resources, and advocacy of the American Diabetes Association. The Step Out Walk is a great way to build community and drive impact for years to come. And many of my teammates are walking as part of the virtual Step Out today.
Yeah, it's really cool. Back when this was a live event, we were all together. There were a lot of Lilly people. There was a huge Lilly tent there. You guys are so supportive of this. What other resources do you guys have besides sponsoring and having your logo on everything? What else do you guys do for participants or maybe family members out there that have someone dealing with diabetes?
Yeah, and Tom, Lilly's been a global leader in diabetes care since we introduced the world's first commercial insulin nearly a century ago. Today, we're building upon that heritage by working to meet the diverse needs of people with diabetes through research, collaboration, and quality manufacturing. We're working to deliver breakthrough outcomes through innovative solutions from medicines and technologies to support programs and more. Additionally, in terms of resources, anyone who needs help affording their Lilly insulin should call the Lilly Diabetes Solution Center at 833-808-1234 to speak with nurses and pharmacists on staff. They may be able to help you meaningfully reduce the amount you pay based upon your individual circumstances. Thank you again, Tom, for having me today. I hope everyone participating enjoys this special day.
And Dennis, thank you guys for all your support. And please thank everybody down at Lilly who's doing their work, 365 days a year. They're working on this and trying to help those with diabetes. So thank you guys for all your work, and please pass that on to everybody participating today.
Will do. Thanks, Tom.
All right. Thank you. And we are back live again. Thank you, Eli Lilly, and thank you, Lilly Diabetes, for all your hard work. Thank you, Oaktree Financial, our presenting sponsor. I've got Kevin Gregory, our local meteorologist here in the Heartland, waiting in the wains. I'm going to bring him in just a second, but just a quick note. If you guys click on the link in the comments field on any Facebook page that we're streaming to, or the YouTube page, if you click on that link, you can actually join us live as well. We're going to be taking kind of live requests, like a radio show of sorts, but you'll actually come in the green room. We can see you. We can see your name. I can bring you in. You can tell us what you're doing this morning. I've seen some comments coming in this morning about we had Kathy Baker getting ready to walk with her dog Max. So Kathy, thank you for your support. We've got Wes Ridgway, who's a Red Rider. He's going to be out there this morning. It looks like he's going to be riding his bike, I would guess, because it looks like he's got some kind of device to track his distance and speed on his bike. So thank you, Wes. Let's get Kevin Gregory in here, because today the weather is real important today, Kevin. And Kevin's our local ace in the hole when it comes to giving us a good weather forecast. So Kevin, what are you doing this morning?
A little pickleball. Can you see the shine?
I can see the shine. Yeah. Where are you at?
So I'm in Brownsburg in Stevens Park. And this is a park dedicated to all pickleball. And so it will fill up here. There are my partners waiting for me to rejoin. But all of these courts, there are 6 of them that will fill up here shortly. And at this point, our shadows are taller than our bodies. So that might change a little bit. But let me just say hi, because we're on from South Dakota to Kentucky and Tennessee. I am faster today. I am lighter today. I'm more athletic today. Why? The humidity has changed. And so that's the big deal out here is it's a lot less humid. I know in Nebraska, there are a few thunderstorms. It'll be warmer, South Dakota, Nebraska. Tennessee, you may have a couple thunderstorms and temperatures there and the humidity haven't broken, but from Kentucky to Indiana to Ohio, we're in good shape. Have you played pickleball, Tom?
I played it one time, and I tell you, it was so much fun, but I already forgot the rules. So I need somebody to teach me the game again because I already forgot the rules.
There are some nuanced rules as compared to tennis.
Yes.
But in your progression, when you're done covering the tennis court and you want a little less room to cover, pickleball is your next option. And then when pickleball, you want a little less room to cover, then you go to ping pong. Then from that, you go to Wii.
Wii tennis.
All ways to stay active. I keep trying to figure out which way to move the camera here. I'll get out of the way, and you can just see a little bit here.
Yeah.
It's a touch finesse game as much as it is power.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But to everybody joining us from whatever state you're in, thanks for the effort. And of course, if you're managing diabetes, just concerned about blood sugar, trying to stay in good physical shape, it's just a little bit every day is what matters, right? Not just on step out walking, but every day. Even
if it's just pickleball, right?
Yeah. I get my heart rate up in this. Sometimes I get 130, 140. It's these short bursts of energy that gets you moving around. Yeah.
All right, Kevin. We'll check back in with us later. We'd love to talk to you after we get the ceremonies out of the way and get everything started today. And just check back in with you, get some time.
Okay. What are you thinking? What time should I check back, you think?
Oh, sometime after 10.
10 a.m. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Or after between 9 and 10. How about that?
All right. That's a wide latitude. That's 60 minutes of freedom right in there to work with you.
After your game, of course.
All right. Thanks for doing this. You did
great. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for WRTV6's sponsorship, too. We really appreciate you guys.
Happy to be on board.
All right. Take care. That was Kevin Gregory. He's a great supporter, and it's so nice to have the local media, including ourselves, supporting these chapters. I'm sure in each of the states, as we go around the Heartland, you guys all have media sponsors, radio stations that help you out, newspapers, TV stations like the WRTV6. So thank you guys so much. We're going to do a really quick, excuse me. Again, we are doing this live as we talk here. So we're going to do our first ever mission moment. This is sponsored by, pull this up, Hoosiers Work for Health. A little piece of trivia for everybody watching this morning. You guys know that 1 in 10 Americans has diabetes today. That's 4.85 million people in the 9-state Heartland area have diabetes. So that's just a little factoid. This isn't something that, when you were growing up, maybe people didn't even talk about it. Maybe you knew one person growing up that had diabetes. And I think now that there's more treatments, there's more help, there's more awareness thanks to the ADA nationally and in our local regions. We're starting to find out we have more of our friends and families and neighbors that are dealing with and have to struggle with diabetes day in and day out. So I want to thank Hoosiers Work for Health for that mission moment. Now, we also have a special guest this morning. She sent us a recording. This is the CEO of the American Diabetes Association, and she, Tracy Brown, wanted to give you guys a big welcome. So here is Tracy Brown, our illustrious leader of the American Diabetes Association National.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Tracy Brown, the Chief Executive Officer of the American Diabetes Association, and today is Virtual Event Day. I'm so excited. Everybody, grab your app, make sure you log on. Pick your virtual destination route. You can do the coast, you can do the city, or you can do a mountain trail. Listen to the inspirational messages along the journey. Connect with your supporters and your friends, and let's get after it. On behalf of the ADA, I want to thank you for getting after it for the 34 million people living with diabetes. Every mile counts. Let's go. Let's get after it. Go Red Riders. Go Red Striders. Go.
Well, she's got some energy. I'll give you that. She brought the energy, and I think she had like maybe 1 cup of coffee before that. But thank you, Tracy, for taking time out to give us that message. It's also time. We're getting really close now. We're getting very close to the kickoff of this event this morning. Again, the virtual Step Out, Heartland Step Out event. Again, don't leave your house just yet. If you guys are waiting for the opening ceremonies, we still have the national anthem coming up. We have some things coming up here. But before we do that, I have to play this Mission Through the Years video. So this marks the 30th anniversary of the American Diabetes Association events. And it's because of all of you that we have all these incredible things together. So this is a little quick video recap of the last 30 years from the American Diabetes Association.
Cure to cure, this is your day.
Every 17 seconds, someone is diagnosed with diabetes.
Since 1991, Tour to Cure and Step Out's fundraising efforts have supported advancements in diabetes research, provided education programming, and ensured that we can advocate for the more than 34 million Americans living with diabetes. Because of your support, we have accomplished so much together in the past 30 years, starting with the first diabetes cost reduction bill in Wisconsin in 1991. Since then, we've been able to pass similar bills in 45 states. We continued to ride and walk through the 90s, earning more advocacy wins along the way. In 1999, Virginia was the first state to pass the Safe at School bill to help make sure students receive proper diabetes care and are safe at school. Fast forward to the 2000s. As our events grew, so did our milestones. Starting with a bill in 2003, we supported bills throughout the 2000s that brought an end to discrimination against insulin-dependent commercial drivers and pilots. In 2013, we launched Pathway to Stop Diabetes, a bold, innovative initiative to find a new generation of brilliant scientists at the peak of their creativity. Then, provide them with the freedom, autonomy, and financial and professional resources to set them on the road to breakthrough discoveries. Then in 2018, we launched our Diabetes Food Hub, an online nutrition platform with recipes helping people with diabetes form healthier eating plans. And while these are just some of the milestones, each of them would not be possible without you. In fact, because of you and the millions of participants, sponsors, and volunteers, we've been able to raise over $500 million through Tour to Cure or Step Out since 1991. So thank you for your support through the years, and now we set our eyes on the future, with a goal to participate by standing, walking, and riding side by side as we stay vigorous in our fight to achieve our vision of a life free of diabetes and all its burdens.
We are connected for life.
Okay, guys, we are connected for life. 30 years. What an accomplishment. What a milestone for the American Diabetes Association. It was all just really thanks to people like yourself who are watching this and participating today and helping year round with the cause for the American Diabetes Association. Guys, we're just moments away from the kickoff and the start of this virtual Heartland Step Out. Again, hashtag Heartland Step Out. Let me get that back up on the screen again so you guys can remember this. Put up Heartland Step Out so we can see what you're doing today. We want to see pictures of you with your dogs, your kids, your wagons, you're on your bike, you're walking. We hope you guys will walk 3.4 miles today. That's kind of a wish for us because that equates to 34 million Americans living with diabetes. So 3.4, 34 million Americans dealing with diabetes right now as we speak. And so if you guys want to set a goal for yourself, it's just a little bit longer than a 5K. But we hope you guys will get out there and do that. And hopefully you guys will stay in touch with us this morning through our live feed on our Facebook pages and on our YouTube channel as well. Now, I got to do some safety stuff before we get started, all right? This is the stuff we always did before every Tour to Cure. We do it for every walk. I'm going to be really quick with this, okay? I got 2 pages of notes I'm going to boil down to about a paragraph. Okay, so first of all, keep all your rides, walks, keep it to a small group. Remember, we're in a COVID protocol right now, so 6-foot distancing. Try to be safe out there. Wear a mask if that makes you feel comfortable. Make sure you guys are always, safety is #1 priority for us here at the ADA. Wear a helmet at all times if you're riding a bike. Obey traffic laws, stoplights, traffic lights. Use hand signals if you're on a bike. That's all just common sense stuff you guys need to be doing. Be alert to hazards in the roads, potholes. It's pothole season in some states. A lot of construction going on that maybe you didn't realize was happening when you charted your bike path earlier this week. So make sure you're watching out for that. Leave room for others to pass if you're on a bike. Let's see. If you guys are walking today, make sure you take rest stops. Stay hydrated, whether it's clear fluids, waters. Stay hydrated this morning. Don't forget sunscreen. Some of our states in the Heartland today are going to have bright sun. Here in Fishers, Indiana, where I'm at right now, we've got a beautiful sunny day. It's a little cool this morning. Humidity's gone, but that's when the sunburn is going to catch up with you. So make sure you do that. Keep an eye out for vehicles, pedestrians, hazards. Be respectful and patient out there, okay? So remember, not everybody's doing this walk this morning, so just try to keep your nose down and keep it going forward. And if people stop you and ask you what you're doing, if you're wearing the red or you've got your shirts on, this is your time to evangelize what the ADA is doing year-round. Most importantly, for those of you that have diabetes, physical activity can affect your blood sugar in many ways. Checking your blood sugar before and after exercise can help you fuel properly and prevent it from getting too high or too low. If you're at risk for low blood sugar, be sure to discuss a care plan with your diabetes care team before participating in a strenuous physical activity, including this event. So make sure you're up for this, okay? If you're not up for it today, you can always do this tomorrow or do it in segments or do it on your own time. So just make sure that you do you today. And once you have the green light from your doctor and you guys are good to go this morning, if you feel like you're having low sugars, stop immediately, get some help, call somebody. Make sure you shut off your Facebook feed for one and call somebody and get a hold of somebody. And also follow up with a care plan protocol for consuming carbohydrates for lows and rechecking again in 15 minutes. So, you guys, those of you that are the red riders, the red striders out there, just pay attention to your sugars. I'm not telling you something you don't already know, but we just need to remind you guys of that before you take off this morning. Okay, so now we have a special treat. We're going to do a little warm up. Now, when we did this event in person, this is a big group activity, but as we are in COVID protocols, we're going to be doing this with Suzanne. So we have Suzanne Young, and she is going to lead us in a brief warm up.
Thank you so much, Tom. As mentioned, I am Suzanne Young, and I'm here leading a group workout for the American Diabetes Step Out Day. So, the first thing we are going to do is start with our warm-up, and I also have Dara Oglesby here helping me with that. So, let's get into it.
This is just to get the blood flowing. We're going to start off with the light jog. Let's go. During the warm-up, this is just to get acclimated. Your bones might be popping, mine are. So this is just so that we can prevent injuries by getting our muscles warmed up a little bit. After the warm-up, before we actually go into the workout, I'll go over it, okay? So you'll know what to expect. All right, let's move into jumping jacks. Just light, real easy. All right, now we're going to move into Heisman. 1, 2, 3, Heisman, just real light. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Open up our hip flexors. Yeah, looking good, Nadi. All right, and now we're just going to do a couple of side kicks, just from side to side. They don't have to be high, just wherever you feel good. Don't kick your partner right beside you. All right, let's go through it again. Light jog. Yep. There you go. Looking good. Back into jumping jacks. I'm starting to sweat. I don't know if anybody else is. I'm already starting to feel it a little bit. All right, into the 1, 2, 3 Heisman. There you go. Lifting your leg to where you feel comfortable. And let's end with a couple of side kicks again. All right. All right, let's stretch just a little bit. Feet apart. Let's dive down. You don't have to touch the ground, just as close as you feel. Just hang there for a moment. Walk your body over to the right side. Hang there for a second and extend one arm to the sky. All right, back to the middle. Go over to the other side. Hang there and feel that pull. One arm to the sky. Bring it back down to the middle. A little bit deeper. All right, let's put our elbows on our knees. Chest up, head up. And sink as far as you feel like sinking. You can kind of feel it pulling a little bit. All right. Right heel up. Oh, down. Left heel up. Down. Hands to the ground. Bottom up. And let's lift our bodies one vertebrae at a time. Real slow. Let your head be the last thing. All right. Big stretch. All right.
All right, so you guys feel warmed up now? You guys feel like you're ready to roll? Okay, we have a couple more surprises. I have one big surprise for you guys, and this is something I'm really excited to share with you guys. You guys heard of the Kansas City Chiefs before? You guys heard of these guys? They're a pretty good football team, and they've got a rookie tight end. His name is Noah Gray, and Noah is a diabetic. And Noah wanted to record a special video before our send-off and before the national anthem. So Noah, take it away.
Hey, everyone. I appreciate you guys participating in the Heartland Step Out. It's really important that you stay hydrated, that you're eating good food, you're stretching, and listening to your good tunes that get you hyped up. This is an exciting event. I hope you guys enjoy the day.
That was Noah Gray, man, from the Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you, Noah, for that big shout out. And Kansas is near and dear to him because that's one of our participating chapters here today in a Heartland Step Out. All right, guys. So that's that time right before the send off. It's now time to remove your hats. Hopefully, you guys have a flag nearby. I don't have a flag in the video, unfortunately, but we have a longtime supporter, George Huntley, is going to lead us in our national anthem. So please remove your hats. Please stand. And George, take it away.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right. Let's get this thing going. You guys ready to get going? Okay, before we get going, hold on just a second, okay? Keep your iPods with you. Keep your headphones in. We want to stay in tune with you. Remember, you can join us live in the StreamYard link. So check in with us along the way. Make sure you are hashtagging Heartland Step Out on your images, your posts, your everything. Put us a hashtag so we can see what you're doing, so I can keep track of what you're doing. Also, a big shout out to Oaktree Financial Advisors. Thank you guys for being our presenting sponsor, and thank you, Lilly Diabetes, for being our Living Red sponsor. So again, you guys, let's do a countdown together. Let's do a 10 all the way down to 1. And when I say go, you guys go, Red Rider, go. You guys take off. Now's your time to shine. Now's your time to get out there and raise some money for the American Diabetes Association. You guys ready for this? All right, let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, Red Rider, go, Red Rider, go, 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 go. All right, get out of here, get out, go, ride your bike, take off walking, take the dog, play some tunes, have some fun. You guys, thank you so much for all you guys are doing this morning to help the American Diabetes Association. If you guys are just watching us, maybe you just chose to lay on the couch an extra half hour, or maybe you're on Central Time and it's a little too early for you. Hey, we got you. Just hang tight with us. We're going to entertain and have some people throughout the whole morning. We've got some cool guests coming in later today. So guys, please have a good time today with this. Enjoy the day. Raise some money. Again, if you guys can do 3.4 miles, that would be representative of 34 million Americans right now that are living with diabetes. And if anybody asks you why you walk 3.4 miles, just tell them that little factoid. I think a lot of people will be surprised how many people in the United States are dealing with diabetes right now, and all the work that's being done by the American Diabetes Association across this great heartland that we live in to help those living with diabetes. And that's type 1, type 2, gestational. We've got all sorts of diabetes. We're dealing with pre-diabetes. We're helping those folks as well. And what a better way to help avoid diabetes and getting out and being more active. That's just one of the antidotes that helps to do. And thank you, American Diabetes Association. I really appreciate that shout out. And again, if you guys put your comments into our feed, you guys will show up on our screen just as well. Now, Lindsay Cannon, I'm going to bring you in, okay? Hopefully you're ready for this, all right? Are you ready for this, Lindsay? Lindsay's been waiting patiently in our green room, and Lindsay is the development director here in Central Indiana. Hey, Lindsay, thanks for hanging out in the green room with me today, and thanks for keeping me on track this morning for this great send-off we just had.
Thank you, Tom. Good morning.
So where are you at right now? Are you at home? Are you at the office? Where are you?
I am at home. I work from home, so I'm watching the stream. I've got on my shirt. I'm going to go out and I'm going to walk my miles as soon as we wrap this up.
Well, how many miles are you doing? 3.4?
I'm going to shoot for 3.4, but I might, round it up to 4 just to do a little extra, get a little competitive.
Well, and you got to do what you got to do. We got Kevin Gregory playing pickleball this morning for his exercise. I think when I'm done, now I don't have an exercise bike here, so I can't really, do too much activity while I'm hosting this. But I hope that everybody gets out and does something fun today. So let's talk about some of the things about the committee, because we got to hear from John and Chinmay earlier. There's a whole group of people behind this event besides those two guys and yourself. Tell us a little bit more about some of the volunteers that help ADA around the clock.
We have the best group of volunteers. We've got a committee that has put together this event. They've worked behind the scenes. We were doing monthly and we kind of ramped it up before the event, but we meet and get all of this together. They've gotten our videos. They've helped rein in our sponsors. They helped with your script that you're working on today, Tom. And then, of course, they're out in the community and they are choosing their move and walking, running, skateboarding, whatever it is they're doing today to support us.
Skateboarding. I didn't even think about that. I guess you could skateboard. It's an Olympic event now.
We just want you to move your body and support the ADA.
So tell people how they can donate today, because this is virtual, so we're not passing a hat anywhere. How can we pass the virtual hat and raise money? How can they donate?
We are encouraging everyone to go to our website. It's diabetes.org/heartland. And you can join your team, create a team to participate today or moving forward. You can make a donation to a specific team or just to the ADA. So we definitely hope to see some big money coming in today to support our cause.
Some big dollars coming in.
That's
hey,
right.
I tell you what, are you watching the donations? I mean, can you see them as they come in this morning?
I haven't checked yet because I wanted everyone to get out and get moving. But I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye, and we're going to shout out some of those donations that come in today.
I was going to say, please, if you guys donate this morning, and please, Lindsay's in my green room. So she's actually private chatting with me as we go along. Again, that visual of the guy that's playing the guitar, the tambourines between his legs, and he's got drums on his back. I'm kind of that guy today. I'm kind of running this as a one-man show. But Lindsay can send me information if you guys donate. I'd love to do some shout outs for some of those big donors. If you guys give, like, let's say if anybody gives $100, just text me or send me their name so we can give them a big shout out. And also anybody out there who's taking photos this morning, if you guys are out there participating, or maybe you've got a loved one, a Red Ryder or Red Strider is out there doing it on their own and you're at home with the kids, give them a special shout out. I'll throw it into the feed, and when they come home or they can go back and watch this on demand, they can see the shout out they got online. So I think this technology and what we're doing is really cool, but it's also very engaging. So we're hoping to engage with people this morning and get in on that StreamYard link. Lindsay, you've been making some comments in the feeds as well. I've seen some other ADA folks from around the Heartland making comments. Any last words, or I guess kickoff words for all the people who are just watching this and participating today? Anything from the ADA you want to add?
I just really want to encourage everyone to get out today and to enjoy the day, be in your community, move your body, and then definitely check us out at diabetes.org/Heartland.
All right. Well, thank you, Lindsay. I'm going to put you back in the green room. I've got a whole bunch of people getting ready to come into the green room, and you have to come maybe referee in there for a while. I think we have like 8 people in our green room at once, and so we're going to test the limits of this software here very soon. But thank you, Lindsay, for all your work that you're doing. Thank you for everybody that works at the American Diabetes Association. This is this Heartland, this greater Midwest. We've got all these states. I mean, shout out to Indiana, of course, is where we're at right now. Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. You've got the Mount Rushmore state actually participating as well today. Maybe we'll get some people posting photos doing a ride around Mount Rushmore. That'd be a really cool shot with a hashtag Heartland Step Out over the shoulder selfie. I'm just looking for some good photos. We're actually looking on social media as we speak right now. Before we get too much further along, I do want to do another one of our. Let me get this pulled up here. Again, I'm a one-man show, guys, so just be patient with me. We've got another, what we call these mission moments. This one's sponsored by Medicare RX and Network and Access RX Network. I probably got that wrong, but I'm reading logos and not type at this point. But every 21 seconds, someone in the U.S. is diagnosed with diabetes. Every 21 seconds. That's a lot. And we've just talked about having 34 million Americans that are living with diabetes as we speak right now. That's a lot of people. That is happening too often. And I think the American Diabetes Association is trying to make a change in that. And through their advocacy, through their fundraising, grants for research and different things they're doing year round, not just today. These are all things I think we can help support, but also maybe hope to put a dent in some of these diagnoses coming out every 21 seconds. Again, a big shout out and a big thank you to all these sponsors. I'm going to put this logo soup up just for a second. These are all the event sponsors for today's Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes. A lot of these are all over the Heartland. Kansas City. We've got IU Health here in Indiana, United Healthcare, Meyer, who has a footprint all across the Heartland. Citizens Energy Group is actually a utility. They have a big team that's participating today. I think they're all riding bikes. I think some of them are actually walking or running. MHS Health is another local company here in Indiana, Baxter. So a lot of national and local companies coming in and sponsoring. So thanks to all these sponsors. And you know what's really nice about sponsors, and especially the ones I just showed on the screen, some of them just write a check and say, I want to support you. And we gladly accept those, obviously. But most of these sponsors not only stroke a check, but they get teams involved. They host events. They host dinners. They do maybe a pasta dinner the night before. They're doing things over and beyond just stroking a check. And that really gets to the heart of what the American Diabetes Association is trying to do, is not just get money. They're trying to advocate for people that have diabetes and helping to get resources, helping get the awareness out there. Imagine you go to the doctor today and you're one of those in the 21 seconds that just got diagnosed with diabetes. Where do you go? So the American Diabetes Association wants to be top of mind for those people and be a resource for those people. Again, if you go to diabetes.org, they've got tons of resources about diabetes and types of diabetes, how to avoid it, natural things to do to help with it. Exercise obviously helps in any situation, and that's why we're doing this today. So again, that's diabetes.org. And our link for today is diabetes.org/Heartland. So again, thank you guys for all the work you're doing. And this is not just for, this isn't just for today. This is something that happens all the year around. We got Wes Ridgway, who's over in Illinois. And Wes has been very active in our comments this morning. But I just want to show you a couple things that he put in here. He said this is his first money raising bike ride supporting ADA pre-camp EDI. So yeah, a lot of money goes to paying for camps, Diabetes Association camps over the summers. So Wes, thank you for getting out there. Thanks for being active in our chat and our comments as well. So these youth camps, again, kids with diabetes go to these youth camps for American Diabetes Association. A lot of the funds we raise today and in the near future will go to support those kids and let them know they're not weirdos, they're not odd. There's a lot of kids just like them. They're dealing with diabetes, and they may have to eat a little different. They may have to watch what they're doing a little closer than the other kids their same age. So these camps are a great way for them to meet other people, find out what's happening, make some lifelong friends, and hopefully once they get through camp and get to be older adults, we'll see them out riding a bike on a step out day, or out there as a red rider or red strider. I also see Mary Hammer coming into the green room. Mary, is it okay if I bring you in, Mary? I'm going to bring you in because the guests are starting to show up. So I want to bring you in. This is Mary. Now, Mary, are you in Broad Ripple right now on your bad internet, or are you somewhere else?
I am in Broad Ripple on my bad internet, so everybody beware. If I cut off, it's not on purpose, I promise.
So Mary, just so everybody knows, what's your role with the American Diabetes Association? Because I don't even know your title. I just know that you work there. I have no idea what you do.
No worries. Yeah, so my name is Mary Hamer. I'm the Associate Manager of Donor Relations for the Heartland area. So I actually work a ton with our committee that you have seen on and off the screen all day today. I also do a lot of our grant writing and a lot of team reach out. So a lot of you have probably gotten texts from me. You've probably gotten emails from me, calls from me. So now you get to put a face to the name. And yeah, that's a big part of what I do. But I wanted to hop on here and just share a little bit more about our programs and, you know, what you're fundraising for, because it goes so much farther than just our camp programs. It goes to our Living with Type 2 Diabetes programs. And, you know, this is for anybody who's been recently diagnosed with type 2. We have so many different programs and so many different opportunities to really help them understand what they're up against. So right now for the Heartland area, we have 3,698 people who joined our new free, by the way, it's completely free, Living with Type 2 Diabetes program. Now, this event also helps support our Center for Information line. And what this is basically like the National Diabetes Hotline. So any questions that you may have that relates to diabetes or, you know, how you get insulin, maybe you have extra supplies and you need to know what to do with it. Maybe you need to discard supplies or you need programs to help you. Some of the programs, that's what this Center for Information line is for. And to date, we have had around 9,400 people use that Center for Information line, which shows just how important it is. We're a small staff, we're a small team, and there's so many people who need help and who need information. And so team members at the Center for Information line They do so much great work, and none of it would be possible without all of you. And I did want to put a number to our camps. So you had mentioned that we are also fundraising for our camps that we support. And just to give you guys a little bit of a perspective on how many people that impacts, we were able to send 848 kids to camp. So that is an insane amount of number. Keep in mind the Heartland area is 9 states, and we've got 6 camps that ran across all of those. So it has had just a ginormous impact on what we're able to do. And I just wanted to share that with you also, that you can keep in mind, you know, it goes so much farther than just, you know, donate money and, you know, support us on day of event. You're supporting for a reason. We are able to do our work because of you. So
Mary, talk about that camp, because we've talked about that on previous live streams, but just let people know what happens at those camps and what types of kids you're supporting at those camps. And Mary's internet just dropped. Well, Mary, if you can come back, your internet just dropped on us as predicted. Now, she lives in Broad Ripple. If you guys don't know, Indianapolis, it's close to downtown, but it's kind of that cutesy area where the millennials all live, is what I like to say. We have a magazine down there called the Broad Ripple Magazine, but her internet is really sketchy at best. And what she was talking about is some of these statistics about the 848 campers. These are kids that they're living with diabetes, they're diagnosed at a young age, and they get to go to a summer camp. And now, you know, a lot of parents can foot the bill, and that's great, and we appreciate them coming. There's also a group of kids that maybe can't afford to go to camp. And so those funds we raise today and throughout the year can go to help sponsor them so they can go to camp and hang out with other kids living with diabetes. So that's kind of what she's talking about. Again, talking about some of the numbers that Mary was mentioning, how your support impacts 9 Heartland states. You know, 76,000 diabetes advocates. Over $3 million invested in research projects. That's putting a dent in this, and it's making a big advance for those living with diabetes. I'm sure those Red Riders and Red Striders out there today appreciate all the work and money going into that to help make their lives even better. And also, we got 3,698 new living with type 2 diabetes participants. So these are new people coming in. Again, every 21 seconds, somebody is diagnosed with diabetes. It's good to know these people are finding the American Diabetes Association, finding the resources, and participating today to help us raise money and awareness of all these things. I also see Mary Stickelmeyer. Mary, you're in the green room. I'm going to bring you in because she's another ADA ringer that knows all about this, what she's dealing with. Hey, Mary, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for doing this again.
Absolutely. Where else would I want to be on a Saturday morning when you got a step out event going? I got my shirt on today. Look at that. I've actually got I got my Stop Diabetes coffee mug.
Great.
And I've actually got my Oaktree Financial hat on. Our presenting sponsor again. I think it's 6 years in a row they've been our sponsor.
Yes.
So
I was just going to jump in since Mary was having issues with her internet, unfortunately. But you know, the money that we raise goes to so many wonderful things. In fact, I don't know if people know, we've got an 800 number that people can call if they have any questions at all about diabetes.
What's that number?
It's 1-800-DIABETES.
Well, that's kind of hard to remember.
So that's a great resource. They answer any kind of questions about diabetes or insulin affordability. I don't know if people know this, but we also get involved with handling discrimination cases for people with diabetes. And so in the slide, of course, it talked about the hundreds of cases just in our 9-state area that have been handled by the ADA. And of course, you already talked about our camps for kids with diabetes, and that's where kids with type 1 diabetes go to learn more about their disease, to actually be away from home at a medically supervised camp so they can have a childhood experience like other kids do. But they also learn more about managing their disease, and they learn that they can still do anything they want to do. They just have to know how to manage their disease.
That's
so
awesome.
That's great.
And I would assume, I mean, some kids, I'm sure parents can afford it and they send their kids to these camps, but I would assume there's a lot of kids that probably couldn't otherwise afford to go to a camp like this. Is that where the money goes to help those
Yes,
kids get there?
exactly. Yeah, we subsidize the cost of camp for families that can't afford it, because we definitely want kids to learn about their disease. And kids of all ages, even, we saw Noah Gray earlier from the Kansas City Chiefs, the rookie tight end. He developed type 1 diabetes when he was 19 years old, and he was already playing football at Duke University. And he knew he wasn't feeling right. He knew he was thirsty all the time, had to go to the bathroom all the time. And so that was his cue that something wasn't quite right, and he got it checked out and found out he had type 1 diabetes. So now he's an NFL player with type 1 diabetes. And he's definitely active, that's for sure.
Oh, well, and I was just mentioning too, Lindsay want to let me know that diabetes.org. So if you have children that would like to go to this camp, excuse me, just diabetes.org has a link there. You can actually go online and find out more information about the camp and even register your kids to go to camp. What a great thing. Give me an example of something else that the ADA is doing. Of course, kids are near and dear to everybody's heart. We want children to succeed in life. We want them to manage their diabetes as best they can growing up. But name one other program or something else that ADA does that maybe we didn't know about.
Yeah, we've got a great resource. A lot of times when people are diagnosed with diabetes, their first question is, what can I eat? So we've got the Diabetes Food Hub. That is a free resource. People can go there. They can find recipes where the nutrition information is up front and center. All of the recipes are vetted by our nutritionists, and people can create a whole meal planner for the week with recipes they like. They can put in what ingredients they like or dislike. They can even download it into a shopping list and edit that list to take to the store. Or they can press a button called Shop Ingredient, and it automatically downloads those ingredients into a grocery cart at your local store or Walmart or Kroger, and you can go pick it up.
Wow. Well, that's really interesting. And so all this stuff is a diabetes, excuse me, diabetes.org. I've got allergies, so I got this little crazy cough. It's not COVID, as far as I know. I've been vaccinated and tested. I'm clean, but all these resources are diabetes.org. And of course, the 1-800 number, this is another great resource. If you just got questions or want to find out about getting insulin, anything you want to know, call the 1-800 number, 1-800-DIABETES. It's really hard to remember that, but that's probably a phone number that has been in existence for a while, I'd assume. It's like 1-800 numbers back in the day were the end all. Now it's URLs are all the big deal. But
hey, one other thing I want to mention really quick, Tom. Last week we had Wellness Week leading up to the Step Out.
Yeah.
So each day we've got different resources for people. We had a nutrition day, an exercise day. So there's a video of yoga. There's another workout video. We also have Know Your Numbers Day from IU Health on Monday. And My Why Wednesday, where people tell why they're participating. And a lot of diabetes resources which show up on the Friday listing. So if anyone wants to go back and look at those resources, they're great.
Awesome. Well, again, if you guys, wherever you're at in the Heartland, whichever chapter you fall under, Tennessee or Kansas or South Dakota, Indiana, just go to the Facebook page, like the page, follow the page to be updated on those kinds of things, especially if you're living with diabetes or one of your loved ones in your family is living with it. Just be in the know about things. It's a little trickier to navigate the disease with the way you have to eat and just being conscious of different things that your body is telling you. And there's a lot of great resources there available for free through the website and through your Facebook feeds. I've gotten a kick out of seeing the Facebook feeds because I've been an editor now on your page for a week or two leading up to this event, and a lot of great resources out there, and a lot of things I didn't know. Again, I don't have any immediate family with diabetes, but just like our Noah, our football player, it could happen to anybody at any time. And every 21 seconds, somebody's being diagnosed with diabetes. So you just never know. It could be your time, and be nice to be in the know before you get diagnosed. Mary, thank you for all your help and support. Thank you for what you're doing year round for the American Diabetes Association. And where are you this morning? Are you at home too?
I am at home. Yes, I am at home, but I'm going to walk this afternoon.
Are you? Okay. Are you going to do 3.4 miles?
You bet.
All right. 3.4 miles for 34 million Americans living with diabetes. Mary, thank you so much. I'll put you back in the green room. And again, the staff here at the American Diabetes Association, they're passionate, of course, but they're working around the clock to make a difference and put a dent in this diabetes, type 1, type 2, gestational diabetes, pre-diabetes. They're doing stuff all the time. Now, I have show you a couple slides just to remind you guys have 30 days after today. So you have until September 13th to keep fundraising. So if you're just seeing this morning for the first time, you didn't even know about this event, you're like, wow, I want to do this. You've got another 30-day mulligan here to get your team together and raise some money. If you can raise $500, you get one of those jackets. Now, it's a 3/4 zip, real nice, lightweight jacket, beautiful in the fall, especially if you're doing like walks or runs in the mornings, especially as you get into cooler months. Wonderful, wonderful piece of machinery. It's a beautiful piece. I'm telling you, it's very silky. It's very nice. It's lightweight, but it's going to give you a little bit of warmth. So that's if you raise $500. And if you can get to 1,000, you become a champion. And those get a little extra bling. So you'll notice that box. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but you get a whole box full of swag, and that gets sent to you. These things are amazing. The gift box is amazing. You get that nice red medal there that shows you were a champion raising $1,000. So not to put a little bit of pressure on yourselves, but if you can get to $500, why not go to 1,000? If you're already sitting at $500 right now and you're out doing your walk, doing your run, you're playing pickleball with Kevin Gregory, maybe you guys can hustle another 500 and get to the 1,000 mark before September 13th. So it's a really cool thing. Again, if you get to $1,000, and the big deal for that is you get invited to a very special VIP Champions event. Now, it's going to be really cool. And of course, there's going to be libations and food and all those kinds of things. But those $1,000 sponsors, the people who get to $1,000 watermark, those champions for the American Diabetes Association, we roll out the red carpet and have a VIP event just for you guys. So again, let's just show the graphics really quick. $500 gets you this really beautiful, lightweight 3/4 zip jacket, and $1,000 gets you to the champions level. You get this gift box full of goodies, but you also get bragging rights of being an ADA champion and invited to the VIP event. So good luck today. And if that's not your wheelhouse, hey, don't worry about it. We'll take a $10 donation as much as we will a $1,000 donation. And let me show you where that link is. You got to go to diabetes.org/Heartland. You can go there and just donate. And Lindsay's going to be checking the donations as they come in this morning. I told her, I said, if we get $100 donations from people, let me know who they are. I want to give them a shout out on the live feed. And I'm sure we'd love to give them some shout out and some love through the American Diabetes Association website. So guys, $100, get your name on here. $500, you get the jacket. $1,000, you become a champion. You become a VIP. You get the medal. You get all kinds of swag. Bragging rights of being a champion. We've got a lot of Red Rider champions out there this morning riding and things. So if you're listening to us, you're on your bike ride right now. Thank you guys so much. I do have, it's interesting, I do have a guy, Jeff Grody. He works at WRTV 6. And he sent me a real quick video just a few minutes ago. He's getting ready to take off this morning. So here is Jeff Grody. He's with WRTV 6, our media sponsor here in Indianapolis market. But I think he's pretty much indicative of a lot of you guys out there riding this morning. Here's Jeff.
Hello there. Hope you're all doing well. I'm Jeff Grody. I'm out here doing the American Diabetes Step Out Heartland bike ride. I choose to do the bike ride because it's what I really like to do. But I'm here with the WRTV team. That's who I work for, and I really enjoy riding bikes. Hopefully, this will help my immediate family, who I have several members who have diabetes, and I'm hoping to help them out with this ride. I've done this quite a few years in the past, different places, but I really enjoy the bike ride and plan on riding 50 miles today. I'm in Greenfield. I'm at the Rails to Trails here on the Pennsy Trail, and I'm going to hopefully have a really nice day for riding. It looks great out here, and I will catch up with you during the ride.
All right, that was Jeff Grody with WRTV6, a media sponsor here locally. Jeff has been a big supporter, and he's doing like a 50 to 100 mile ride today. So he sent that video just as he was taking off this morning. So we'll check back with him a little bit later. I started talking about this Champions event, and I wanted to get Lindsay back in here from the green room. Lindsay is with the American Diabetes Association. She's coming to us live from her home here in Indianapolis. And Lindsay, tell me more about this Champions event. I'm interested. What do I get if I can raise $1,000 for the cause?
Tom, if you can raise $1,000 for our Heartland Step Out event, we are going to invite you to a virtual champions reception. And what we're going to do is get together, share some mission moments. We've got some researchers that are going to come on and tell everyone what their dollars raised did for the association. And we are going to have a fun event with a chef to teach us some friendly, healthy foods that we can do post-event. And come on and teach us how to create all of those to eat and enjoy during the celebration. It will be virtual, but it's going to be tons of fun.
So it's a virtual event, VIP only, right? So only the champions get invited.
That's right.
How many people are you hoping to get to that level? Because honestly, you could have 3 people there or 3,000. So what's the hope here?
The more the merrier. We are hoping that everyone out there today and moving forward will raise that $1,000 to be invited. I believe we've got about 15 people so far. I also want to shout out someone who's well on her way. Ann McIver from Citizens Energy Group got in a $400 gift. So good job, Ann. I know you're out there fundraising and participating with us today. The Citizens Energy Group overall is doing awesome. So thank you guys for your support.
Yeah, they're a big sponsor, and they've got, like I said, our sponsors not only stroke checks, but they also support with people. And actually, at the end of the day, that's probably more powerful to you, the American Diabetes. I almost said Dairy Association. I must have the state fair on my mind. American Diabetes Association, having those people involved is probably just as important as having their money, right?
It is. We've got some great family and friends teams and some corporate teams. We saw the IU Health team and the Vanderbilt Diabetes Center team ramp up their numbers. They've got tons of participants out there walking and riding and moving today.
All right. Well, Lindsay, thank you so much for the debrief on this Champions event. And go back to the green room. I got some more folks I got to bring in. But you guys, if you guys want to join us in our live feed, just go to the StreamYard link that is in the comment section on your Facebook page you're watching, or even in YouTube. We've got the link in our YouTube live as well. One of the gentlemen I'm going to bring in, he's also on the committee, and he is out there live. Thad James. Thad, there you are, my man. How are you, buddy?
Good, Tom. How you doing?
Good. Where are you right now?
I'm on top of the sledding hill at Flat Fork Park. It's like literally the lookout mountain for Indiana. You can see almost up to 5 different counties from this location.
Oh, well, the Heartland is not known for mountains, except for Tennessee has some mountains in the Appalachians. But most of our Heartland states are pretty flat. Now, Kansas probably is the flattest. South Dakota has some mountains in it, but for Indiana here, you're sitting on top of the world right now. That's quite the view. I'm going to put you on the solo layout. Look at that.
Yeah.
Flat Fork Creek. And what are you doing this morning?
So I'm a type 2 diabetic, and there's a stigma with diabetics that we're not active people. And I'm trying to break that stigma as one of the things. There's 34 million diabetics, so I'm doing 34,000 steps a day. That's about 17 miles. I'm 14 and a half in, so I have about 2.5 to go to finish up for the day.
Wow.
And I just thought it's a great time to take a break, come take a nice view in, and do the interview, and get back at it.
Take a little breather, huh?
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
So you're going to do 17 miles today, you said?
I am 17 miles. I started at 6 a.m. I had a big group of friends and support group come out. I had some walkers come out at 8 o'clock. So it's been a combination of running and walking. I can't do that without anybody. That's what the ADA does. Big support group today, getting diabetics up and moving. And I just want to thank everybody that came out and helped me today and everybody that donated. It's a great day, beautiful day out here, and it's a great cause. So just thank you, everybody.
That's wonderful. And Thad, you're also involved on the committee, if I'm not mistaken, to help put this event on today. You've been a big, not only a fundraiser, I saw your name on that top 5 list, but I also saw you on some Zoom calls as we led up to today's event. So I just want to thank you on behalf of the American Diabetes Association for all your work. You're a unpaid volunteer out there just trying to spread the mission and the word of what they're doing. And you've also been a recipient of some of the help from ADA, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And they have a great literature on cooking and activities and how to control your blood sugar. And as a diabetic, I know it's tough to get up and move. So I can attest, as a type 2 diabetic myself, that it's not always easy, but it does make you feel better at the end of the day if you get up and move, take the step out, and just if you feel like joining our group, it's a good group of people. John and Chime would love to have you on the group. It's a fun committee, and you can't beat a day like this.
Well, for sure. I think the weather today is perfect. You've got you can see the beautiful blue sky. You got the shirt to blend in. It's almost like you've got a blue green screen on right now.
Well,
so
it's my tour shirt. So
you got your tour shirt on. Okay.
Yeah, I had to go sleeveless. It's still a little warm.
All right, Thad. Well, thanks for checking in. Again, thank you for all your work and all your behind the scenes work to make this thing happen today. And best of luck finishing out your 17 miles. I'm going to put you back in the green and let you get back to finish your walk. Check back in with us a little bit later. I'm anxious to see how it goes and see if you're getting sweatier here in 17 miles. Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. That's Thad James. Thad is a great supporter of the cause. We've got Kevin Gregory waiting in the green room. But a couple quick shout outs. We had Abby Hollander, who's on Team ADA Camp, just got a $100 donation to the website. So Abby, congratulations. Also, Caitlin Jockey. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not French. From Team Sun Life, Hola, got a $130 donation. Tom Barnes got a $100 donation. A big one came in from Des Moines for the Des Moines Disruptors. Vernand Whitfield, I think I'm pronouncing that right, got a $250 donation. So donations are pouring in. You guys can't thank you enough for that. Again, if you guys want to make a donation, just go to diabetes.org/Heartland, donate to a team. Just make a blind donation, anonymous donation. We'll give you a shout out here on the live feed. I'm going to go real quick out here to Kevin Gregory, who's our local meteorologist. He's out at the pickleball courts in Brownsburg. Kevin, how's your game going this morning?
My game has ended. We got started at 8 a.m. And so as anyone who exercises, we need to relax a little bit. Let me just show you here. Although my game has ended, I told you that these courts would fill up. And there's a lot of action here. It's a great sport. So anyone who's not tried this, it is a smaller tennis court, good action. It's just a good way to get exercise. So, Tom, I'm looking forward to when we get back together. In Indianapolis, we're usually at White River State Park, right? And the best part of this is the community getting to meet all the different teams, and they'll show up in different themed shirts. And, of course, we're some of us are doing this for personal reasons, for legacy reasons, to memorialize family members. And so it's a great sense of community. And I look forward to hopefully being back together and getting to meet everybody in another year.
Well, in today, you are a rock star today, because I think around the Midwest and around this great Heartland states that we're in, I think we've got some good low humidity days going on right now. You're a home run right now in Indiana. I don't know about the rest of the states. How's the rest of the states looking as far as weather?
Pretty good. I mean, it's warmer South Dakota down into Nebraska. There'll be a couple thunderstorms there. Then you get down into Tennessee, it's going to be more humid. But Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, enjoying a lot of that. And as you mentioned, the lower humidity. So everybody that you see behind me is more athletic today. They're a little bit quicker. The feet are moving better. They're more athletic. We're all better when the humidity is a little different.
The birds chirp a little louder. The sun's a little brighter, right, on a nice low humidity day. And we're in the middle of August right now. It's hard to believe that we have such great weather.
And of course, you know, in Indy today, for those of you that are watching from out of town, another state, it's big. You would get big weekend at 16th in Georgetown. You've got the IndyCar race today. You got the Brickyard 400 tomorrow. So all kinds of people all around the city.
Yeah, it's a great weekend to be just out. There's lots of concerts. It's just great to be out and get the exercise in, even if it's pickleball. We've got people skateboarding today. We've got people doing all kinds of crazy things today to get us some exercise.
I'll ask you a question. So as you kind of master of ceremonies and host this, what have you learned from all the different people that you talk about in the battle with diabetes and how people manage and you know, just what have you picked up?
Well, the thing I picked up on people with diabetes and just being around this group of people, first of all, it's almost like a brotherhood, sisterhood. When they get together for these events, when we do them virtually, when we have committee meetings, it's almost like this understood language that they all speak, that they all know they're Red Riders or Red Striders. And there's just this fraternal feeling about it. There's commonality. There's this love that they all have for each other. But the other side I'd tell you is they're very thankful for their families. I think the support teams around people they're dealing and living with diabetes year round are very thankful for having loved ones that understand what they're going through. And so sometimes a loved one will pick up something that they don't feel on themselves because they don't know that they look tired or they don't know that they're acting differently. And so that support team, that family, that love, that fraternity, that sorority, that feeling of love is something it's hard to replicate in a live stream, but I think we're getting as close as we can to that this morning. So that's what I've learned from these folks.
And I think, you know, you hit on that it's an everyday, all day battle. And I heard one doctor describe managing diabetes as like holding a basketball underwater. As soon as you take your hand off it, then it flies up. And so it's a constant battle. And so as you're mentioning, when you have all of these folks in your corner to help out, then it makes a big difference.
It does. And honestly, you know, people like yourself, but all these sponsors too, these companies, you know, Citizens Energy, you know, MHS is an insurance company. Some of these guys, you know, they're not developing anything to help cure diabetes like Lilly and Roche and all these other folks. But they support it anyway because they know that there's people in their companies. They know that their community needs the support. You know, 1 in 10 Americans is living with diabetes. That's a lot of people. So I think today's a great also kind of shout out to those people. Let them know they're not alone, and 2, they have support. And I think we get those 2 messages across through a live stream or through any kind of ADA event. We've been successful. Well, Kevin,
am I looking pink yet? Do I need some sunscreen?
You kind of look like that Peter Francis Geraci guy who does the bankruptcy commercials. All right.
Gray hair.
Yeah, I know. I feel your pain. Thanks to Oaktree, I have a hat to cover my shine. But Kevin, I'm going to let you get going back to your pickleball, wherever you're going. Thanks again for checking in with us. We really appreciate you bringing your slub and your support.
Thank you for hosting, and thanks to all the teams out there. From South Dakota to Tennessee through Nebraska, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky. It's great to be a part of this.
Hey, he remembered them all. Thanks, Kevin. That was Kevin Gregory, WRTV6 here locally. I've got a lot of people in the green room. It's getting a little crowded in here, so I'm going to start going to some of these committee chairs. Chinmay, I'm going to bring you in first because you've been waiting the longest. He's been very, very patient. But we heard from Chinmay at the very beginning. He's one of the co-chairs of this great event today, the Heartland Step Out event. Chinmay, how's it going for you this morning?
It's fantastic. The weather is absolutely spectacular. I just got back from an hour-long bike ride, a little over an hour, and through Carmel, and I saw plenty of bikers, maybe for the American Diabetes Association or just for leisure, but it's just a great day to be out and about. whether you're biking, riding, or running. My hats off to everybody who's participating in this event.
Yeah. And so you live in Carmel, I assume, right? Carmel, Indiana is just north of Indianapolis, for those of you maybe in one of the other Heartland states that doesn't know where that's at. And Chime, tell people what you do for a living, because I think it's interesting, your connection to this.
Yeah, so as my shirt says, I work for Roche. I'm also a big shout out to the team Roche, and started out there as a scientist in glucose monitoring, and we make the AccuCheck blood glucose monitors. And then my now current role is in upstream new product development, especially in to help people with type 2 diabetes manage their disease better.
So you're dealing with this every day. This is front of mind for you every day when you wake up, is these glucose monitors and helping people manage their diabetes and all this.
Yes.
And you're on the front line. So what's your education? I mean, you didn't learn this on a YouTube video, right? I mean, how did you get educated in all this?
No, I was an engineer. I'm an engineer by training, and then I was a scientist at the Mayo Clinic and the Case Medical School in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I joined Roche as a scientist in diabetes care, first as to help develop new devices, new methods, and new technologies for glucose monitoring, and then eventually moved into the new product development area.
Wow. So you've got some credentials. You didn't just stumble into this. You didn't just work your way up from cleaning floors to now building glucose monitors. I mean, this is something you've been working on.
I'm still learning. Every day is a new opportunity to learn new things.
Well, I tell you what, we for those on behalf of those living with diabetes, can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing. And I tell you, I've known Chinmay now. I've met him probably 5 or 6 years ago. He's one of the smartest dudes I've ever met. So if I had to have somebody on my team to battle this diabetes, I would want him on my team. So
thanks for
Chinmay, thank you so much for joining me. I got a green room full of people waiting to talk, but thank you so much for everything you've done. And thanks for being the co-chair of this wonderful Heartland Step Out event today.
Absolutely. Good pleasure.
All right. That was Chinmay. I tell you what, if you want a smart scientist on your team, call this guy. Okay. I don't know how good he is with trivia. I'd probably take him to a trivia night. He'd probably ace every question at a trivia night as well. But I've got some more folks here just dying to come in here. I've got Jim Purty. Let's get Jim in here. Jim Purty, come on in, buddy. How are you doing, Jim?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Tom? Thanks for a great broadcast so far.
Oh, no problem. I feel like the Paul Page of the American Diabetes Association this morning. But Jim, where are you at right now?
Right now, I am at Center Grove High School, which is on the south side of Indianapolis. I'm about 10 miles into my ride, shooting for at least 34 miles today to represent the 34 million people in the states fighting diabetes. So
did you go to Center Grove schools?
No, I live here now. I'm actually from Knightstown, which is east of Indianapolis. I know we got people across the Midwest, so small town Indiana guy here.
Now, wait a minute. Knightstown's known for something, right? Wasn't it in the movie Hoosiers or something? Knightstown?
Yep. The basketball home games were filmed in Knightstown, and a lot of the extras were people from the towns surrounding Knightstown and Knightstown as well. So, when I watch TV, I see a ton of people I know.
Well, that's cool. So tell people real quick, you're on the committee, you've been volunteering your time, you've raised money for this. What's your connection to American Diabetes Association? What drives you this morning?
My connection is, I think in 2013, just doctor's visit, doctor said, you know what, you need to lose a little weight, you need to be more active. So I started biking and came across the Tour de Cure. So I thought, hey, this is a great way to participate, help out, see if I can raise some money for the cause. My grandfather, 2 aunts that are all 3 that are no longer with us were type 2. My dad is, a ton of other family members and friends. So just, 34 million people, that's a lot of people, just trying to help best I can.
Well, I tell you, it's God's work. And we really appreciate all you've done. You have a team, right? Don't you have a team out there somewhere?
Unfortunately, I'm a team of one.
Oh, you are?
Life events, usually we get 6 or 7 people out here on the team, and just a series of good and bad events. One of our team members just had a baby a few months ago, so she's holding out this year, but she helped me financially. I'm still riding though. Hopefully we get the team back next year.
Well, your team doesn't have to be actually participating. They can just donate. They could be there in spirit. They could be joining us on our live feed right now for all we know. But
if they're on, jump on.
That's wonderful. Well, Jim, hey, thank you so much for what you're doing. Center Grove, that's on my home. I actually went to Center Grove schools here, right in my neck of woods where I grew up on the south side of Indianapolis. So thank you for all your work. Thank you for all you're done for the association, and thanks for what you're doing today.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I have a freshman here at Center Grove, and John Ruggles said it best earlier. Our team, we do a lot of hard work, but we laugh the whole time, so it hardly feels like work, really. It's a great group. I'm glad to be a part of the committee the last couple of years. So good times. Thanks, Tom.
That's great. Thank you so much. I'll get you back in the green room. You guys can get back to your ride. I've got all kinds of folks here in the green room ready to come in. I'm going to bring in Cheryl. Let's get you in here, Cheryl. You've been very patient. Cheryl Cook Martinez, you are on a committee. Cheryl, where are you at right now?
I'm on the west side of Indy and Plainfield and at Humboldt Park. You can maybe see White Lake Creek behind me there.
We do. We do. So take your thumb off your sound because we can't hear you that well, but we can see you perfectly. You might have to hold your phone just a little bit differently. There you go. There you go. So Cheryl, you're still coming in very faint on me. Let's see. I'm just gonna take you solo here for a second. And you don't have like earbuds in, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. We can hear you a little bit better now. So Cheryl, what are you doing today? Are you doing a walk, a run, a ride? What are you doing?
We're walking and we're also riding. So right now we're in our walk portion, Team Red Devils. We've got six of our 11 teammates here in Plainfield, and we're walking about a 5K, and then we're going to go do about a 10-mile bike ride.
That is awesome. So you have people with you, or are you just by yourself?
Yep, I've got 5 other people with me.
Wow. So can you get them in the shot real quick so we can give them a quick shout out?
I don't know, but they're down the path.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, thank all of them for participating, and thank you for what you're doing. We can't do this without the support of not only participants like you and your other 5 groupies out there on the west side of Indy, but we also can't do it without all your committee work you've done leading up to this event. You've been on those Zoom calls, right? But you're still coming in a little faint. But Cheryl, thank you nonetheless for all your work that you're doing in this, and please finish out your walk. We don't want to interrupt your walk anymore. And thanks for checking in with us, okay?
Thank you. Sorry about the tech issue. Bye.
Oh, that's okay. It's just a little soft on the sound. You guys, we're just having a great little time this morning interacting with everybody online. Now, Cindy Self, I've seen you in the green room for a while, Cindy. Are you ready to come in? Because all I can see, there we go. I'm going to bring Cindy in real quick. And again, if you guys want to join us live, just click on the link, the StreamYard link in the comment section of our Facebook page. Cindy, Team Sun Life, hola.
All right, let me correct you really quick.
What is it? Hola?
It's actually hola. So
hola, okay.
Just like
I didn't know if that was
term hola.
I understand. I got Spanish. My daughter's fluent, but I thought it was like HOLA for Heartland of something or another. So it's hola.
Great call out. No, so it actually stands for here at Sun Life. It's a diversity and inclusion network. Stands for Hispanic Organization for Leaders and Achievers.
Oh,
so that's the acronym HOLA. So it's just fun, but to your point, I could see why folks would say Hola.
Well, I'm from Indiana, right? So we just don't get out much. But we thank you for. So what are you doing today? You've got a team, right?
Yes. So our team consists of 15 members. So we're small but mighty this year, and we're just so excited to get out here in Kansas City, represent for the ADA, and a huge shout out to Mary. She's been instrumental in ensuring that we're engaged and just, bring together a great team.
Yeah, and in Kansas City, you guys had, did you see the Noah Gray video we played earlier?
Yes, I did. I saw that, and I was shocked. I'm like, really? So that was cool to see that player just kind of share his insight on how diabetes has impacted him, unfortunately.
Yeah, evidently he was 19 when he found out he had type 1 diabetes.
Right.
He's playing in NFL.
Does not discriminate, Tom.
It does not. No, and it could happen to any. Excuse me. It could happen to anybody. So as far as like what your team is doing, are you doing a walk today, or are you just? What are you guys doing?
Yes, so everyone's doing the walk independently. We're still in this pandemic, so we would love to be downtown at the Kansas City Empower and Light District, but COVID-19's in here. So my intention is to go out today and walk with my 2 dogs. I have a 6-year-old Cavapoo and a 1-year-old Golden Doodle. So we'll be hitting the trails here in Independence, Missouri. That's where I live, and I'm so excited to be out there today.
Well, it's good to have Missouri represented. So what's a Cavapoo? What's that?
Cavapoo, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel with Toy Poodle mix. Cavapoo.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, and look it up. It's cute, adorable dogs.
Okay.
All the curly dogs.
So what you need to do today is make sure you take a picture with your dogs, post it, hashtag Heartland Step Out, so we can see these dogs. If you can do that, I'll show it before our feed goes down.
I got it. Yes, I got you, Tom. I'll definitely post a picture of me with my big bright yellow. And
it's gonna be hard to miss.
Doggies. Yes. So I'll be out there walking the 3.4. That's tough, but I'll see what I can do.
Well, 34 million Americans deal with diabetes. I think you can do that just for them today. So Cindy Self, Team Sun Life, hola.
You got it.
From Kansas City area. Thank you so much for what you're doing out there. And thanks for representing that chapter out there. The Heartland community appreciates all that you're doing.
Happy to do it, Tom. Thank you for your time this morning. It's been great watching the stream.
Absolutely. Well, I'm happy to do it. You have a good day. I'll see you later. That was Cindy Self from Kansas City. Cindy is like a lot of other people in our Heartland. We're representing 9 states today. So if you're watching this Facebook feed, I'm Tom Britt with the TownePost Network. That's my logo over my shoulder. We do magazines here in Indiana and Kentucky. We're a franchise system. So anybody that's looking to do a magazine in their hometown, or they want to do a magazine in Michigan or Ohio or Kentucky, Tennessee, wherever you're watching us from, hit us up at TownePost Network, townpost.com. Again, let's put that website link up, diabetes.org/Heartland. Suzanne Young, you're waiting in the wings. I'm going to bring you in next. So get your camera all ready. But we've got some donations coming in. We've been getting some private chats. Let's see here. We had, let's see here. We got Caitlin Jackie, Team Sun Life, hola, got a $130 donation. Abby Hollander on Team ADA Camp got a $100 donation. So if you guys are making these donations, go online right now to that website link you see right in front of you, diabetes.org/Heartland, and make it a $10 donation, $5, whatever you guys got. We will gladly accept it and put to some good use. We went over earlier where some of this money is going. It goes to a lot of different places. I think one of the things that's probably near and dear to a lot of people's hearts are these camps that kids can go to. So if you have a child with diabetes, you can go diabetes.org. There's a link there. You can submit some information about the camp and get some information about your child to the camp. And if it's something you can't afford, you're struggling with things, ADA can even step in and help you out and cover some of those costs. So it's a great cause. Again, diabetes.org/Heartland. Guys, remember that. Try to get some donations in this morning. I'm going to bring Suzanne Young in. And Suzanne, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Tom. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, I remember a workout earlier this morning for a warm-up, and she looked shockingly familiar to you. So you've just been exercising this whole morning or what?
No, we actually, myself and my team, we did that workout last week because I wanted to be live this morning, but then I also wanted to do something to get my team involved. So we organized it was about an hour workout session last week. So,
so you did the workout last week. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you know, that doesn't count for today. You got to do another workout today.
No, it doesn't. Right.
We set the shot clock with you.
Yes. So I'm out here walking just through my subdivision. We have a pretty nice walking trail. So that's what I'm doing this morning. And
are you doing the 3.4 miles to commemorate the 34 million Americans dealing with diabetes today?
That's the goal. That's what we're hoping for. The humidity here in Tennessee is pretty strong. So trying to hurry to get it done before it gets too hot. Yeah.
Okay. So whereabouts in Tennessee are you right now?
I'm actually in Lebanon, Tennessee, which is about 20 miles outside of Nashville. So not too far. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we like to have Tennessee represented this morning. We just heard from Kansas City with Cindy, and now we got Suzanne down there in Tennessee representing Tennessee. Yes, Heartland, you know, through COVID and other things, it's had to grow, and we're trying to get everybody involved. So we appreciate all you've done. So what do you do like throughout the year? You're on the committee, but what do you do year long, I guess, to support the ADA? What kind of involvement do you have?
Yeah, so this is actually my first year on the committee. I have a family member that was impacted by diabetes, and unfortunately, he lost his life due to complications with diabetes. And so I wanted to get involved and to do something to bring more awareness because honestly, I knew a little bit about diabetes, but not too much. And so I came across this event, and I thought it was pretty cool that it was virtual. So this is my first year being involved, and so I'm looking to do more things in the future.
Well, that's really cool. So you don't have diabetes yourself, but you had a family member, right?
Yes, I actually have several family members and friends that have diabetes, but no, I don't have it myself.
Well, so you're doing this for them, and I'm sure they appreciate your hard work and hard efforts for them. And again, just evangelizing the resource that's there for people that are living with diabetes that's 90% of the battles is getting people awareness about what's out there for free through the diabetes.org website, right?
Exactly. Because becoming a member, I wasn't aware of a lot of stuff myself. So becoming aware and letting it, passing on the information to others, I think has been very helpful. And it's definitely I feel good being able to do the work for the association.
Well, we can't thank you enough, Suzanne. And we thank you for that warm-up video too. That's actually very well done. I was like, this is pretty good. I started following along about halfway through it, and I realized, wait, I got to get back to work here. But Suzanne Young,
you are doing an awesome job this morning, Tom.
Thank you. It's a labor of love. I love doing this, and you guys are such great people I get to work with. So what else would I want to do on a Saturday morning but hang out with you guys online, right?
Right.
Well, enjoy your walk in Lebanon, Tennessee, and please give our best to everybody down there in Tennessee chapter. Suzanne Young, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. We'll get you out back into the green room. I've got John Ruggles hanging out in the green room. He's one of our co-chairs. He's going to check back in with us as well. But I do have to do a quick shout out. We got a couple new teams that have come in. We've got Team Freedom Mortgage. And also we got one called One Team, One Dream. So we got a couple new teams that started this morning. So you guys, thank you for doing that. Sometimes it just takes a little nudge to get that thing started, but you go to that diabetes.org/Heartland. You can come on here. Let me get that website up for you in case you guys don't remember, diabetes.org/Heartland. Go there, register, create a team. You got 30 days to do fundraising. And let me show you really quick. I want to show you what you guys can get if you guys can get to a couple milestones. So the first one is you get to $500. You get that nice nifty jacket on the left. And let me show you what that looks like. I've got one here. These are really, really cool. It's one of these. They're really nice material. They got the long sleeves. Really, it's kind of like a Under Armour type jacket. That's a 3/4 zip. Beautiful piece of machinery. You want to wear this everywhere you go, and just make sure you show everybody your support for American Diabetes Association. If you get to the $1,000 level, you become a champion. Now, champions are like the holy grail for the ADA. Okay, these are people that are like can walk on water. These are people that get invited to an exclusive reception. It's a celebration. You get a gift box with all the stuff you see in that photo. It's not a great photo, but nonetheless, it's just a huge box of swag that comes your way for becoming a champion fundraiser. That's $1,000 or more, and you can do that through your team. You can do that individually, however you're going to do it. And again, we had some teams come in. We had some teams coming in this morning signing up. We've got some new teams coming in. We got people who have been fundraising all morning, getting donations to their page. And again, just another big shout out to our sponsors this morning. We've got our presenting sponsor, which is Oaktree Financial. We heard from Ed and Chris earlier this morning in our pre-opening ceremonies. Great guys here locally. And of course, our Living Red sponsor, Lilly Diabetes. Lilly Diabetes is working around the clock. They've got a whole platoon of people down there in the Lilly building here in Indianapolis working on diabetes research, insulin, all these different things. And I think I've got a graphic here. Yeah, here's a graphic for you. If you go to lilly.com/diabetes, there's all kinds of resources out there for those of you living with diabetes. They also have insulin support. So if buying insulin is an issue for you, you can actually contact them through that website and let them know that. They don't want anybody living without insulin that needs it. So lilly.com/diabetes. Again, we can't thank our presenting sponsor, Oaktree, which I've got their hat on this morning, and Lilly Diabetes for their sponsorships and supporting this event. This does not happen without these corporate sponsors, but also without their corporate folks being committed to this cause and helping us all along the way. Okay, I got John Ruggles, who's a co-chair of this event. Now, John, get your camera all ready, my friend. You're coming in out of the green room. I'm going to pop you in here live. Here we go. There's John Ruggles. John, how you doing this morning, buddy?
Great, Tom. I'm out on my walk right now. I'm about almost a mile in with my entire team, Pop Psychology, which is my wife and me. So with me. So yeah, I mean, I had figured she got home from her thing this morning. I said, let's go get it on and let's go get walking and get moving here.
So typically when you say that on a Saturday morning, you're not talking about getting out and doing a 3.4 mile walk. However, today is a step out event for Heartland. And so we appreciate you guys getting it out and getting on the walking trails. Where are you at right now, John? Are you somewhere in Indiana?
Yeah, I'm at the entrance to my neighborhood in Pike Township on the northwest side of Indiana or Indianapolis. I actually have to work today when this is done. So I took a little time off to do the walk this morning. And I'm going to be like doing a 3.4 mile route through my neighborhood and the neighboring neighborhood, and then back to get rid of the Kevin Gregory forehead shine and get. You got
that same issue, huh?
I got a hairline, but it doesn't take much for me to get the shine.
Hey, you know what they say? Grass doesn't grow in a busy street, John. So. So talk about so you've been co-chair of this committee this year, and I think is this the first time you've co-chaired this? I know you've been on the committee for a while.
Boy, you know what? I think I co-chaired last year too. I think so. This is my second year.
Okay, so okay,
may not be right. You'd have to ask one of the Marys. They can tell you better than I could. But
yeah,
committee for 4 years. I was diagnosed as type 2 5 years ago. Once I found out, I decided to do the Tour de Cure, and I thought raising $1,000, it happened like very quickly for me. And so I thought, heck, this game's easy. And then I was asked to be on the committee, and, raising $1,000 is actually not as easy as it sounds. I just a couple days. So.
Well, it's your third time to be co-chair. Chinmay wanted to make sure
wow.
He's sitting in the green room. So it's gone so fast. You didn't even know you'd done it for 3 years, did you?
Exactly. Chinmay Chair, I learned so much about him this morning from your talk with him. I'm like, holy cow, I learned something new every day too. And today,
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we can't thank you guys enough. Chin May and yourself for co-chairing this event. A lot of blocking and tackling that has to happen even to put on a virtual event. There's still things being mailed to people. There's still, we still have to pivot on how we create an event that's virtual that people actually want to participate in and can fundraise for. So thank you for all your hard work on that. Anything you want to say to the committee while you've got the air?
Well,
and you're on the walk.
The best committee I've ever been on in various professional and personal endeavors. I love every member of this committee, and I truly love working with the people at the ADA. They are spectacular, special people. This thing's a labor of love. I mean, finding out you're type 2, it's not a disease I would say I suffer from, but it's a disease I live with. And I learned to manage, and it's just an everyday thing, and it's spectacular knowing that there are events like this and knowing there are committees like this and such a support network to help us keep going.
Well, it is a great network, and like I told Kevin Gregory earlier, he was asking me, kind of what my perceptions, just being an MC and kind of being in the middle of this and trying to referee these conversations, what I've learned. I think the big takeaway is that, and I think you'd have to agree, it's almost like these events are more like a reunion. They're not fundraising events. It's like a reunion for you to associate and get to see other people dealing with type 1, type 2 diabetes, but also your family members. This walk today, just getting to thank them for all their support. Is that what it's like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, as being with type 2, I tend to get a little bit of tunnel vision and focus only on myself. And it's such a learning experience for me being on the committee and learning about the camps and type 1 and, other aspects of this disease that I'm not that well versed in. And, just the more education we can have, have an opportunity to beat this thing. But yeah, you're 100% correct, Tom. I mean, the live events are like a family reunion. And actually, it's kind of funny. Even the Zoom calls that we're on for our committee meetings take on the feel of a little mini family reunion once a month. And then, we're all itching to get back to a live event so we can actually see each other and hang out again.
That's great. And again, thank you guys so much. Again, if you guys want to join us, just like John did, just go to the link in our StreamYard link that's in the comments on Facebook and also YouTube. You'll come in the green room just like they are. We'll have a little private chat with you and tell you when you're up. And then we'll bring you in and let you talk about where you're at. Tell us what you're doing today. John, I'm going to let you get back to your walk, get back to your family and your team. Congratulations on getting your, I think you're a champion status. And then
I made it a couple days ago.
And so congratulations on that, and congratulations to your team. And celebrate today. Do something fun and celebrate what you did today. You deserve it.
I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you for everything you're doing. I'll check back in when I get done with my walk.
Awesome. All right, that was John Ruggles, co-chair of today's event. John's one of those guys that he speaks at a lot of the events because he's so passionate about what he does and what he's doing. And I've heard him speak at events, little fundraisers, little pre-event mixers and things. And he's just so easy to understand, so easy to associate to. And when you find out that he's dealing with diabetes and what he's up against, and that you can help a guy like him just by participating today and donating today, it really makes a big difference. Make sure post your pictures from the walk. The hashtag is Heartland Step Out. So the way to do that, I say the best way to do it, if you're posting a picture on Facebook, just put it in the description somewhere. Just hashtag Heartland Step Out. If you're on Instagram, put a hashtag in your Instagram as a comment, or you can just put it on the image itself. Also tag the American Dairy. I almost said dairy again. What's my problem? American Diabetes Association. I got the state fair going on. Sorry, my mind's a mess, and I've been up since 6 o'clock. But anywho, tag the American Diabetes Association local chapter in your photos and things on Facebook as well. They greatly appreciate the shout outs. But again, one way to help evangelize what they're doing day in and day out to help people with diabetes and manage their diabetes is just letting your friends know through social media that you are supporting the cause. That will in turn let them be aware of it. And you just never know. They may have been one of those 34 million Americans diagnosed with diabetes and didn't even know the resource existed. So let's go to, we got Tom Barnes. And Tom, hopefully you can hear me okay. I'm going to bring you into the stream right now. Tom is coming in. You need to unmute yourself. We got you unmuted. Hey, Tom.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Where are you at? It looks like you're in front. You're going to buy some cigarettes at a Casey's gas station.
No, this is our water stop. No, we're actually doing the bike version of this. We've always done the cycling since 2015. I've got 4 of my friends with me today, and one of them's on the actual team. We call ourselves Too Tired because we're all dads, and we love saying bad dad jokes, and that's the answer to the joke, why did the bike fall over? Because it was too tired. So anyway, play on words, that's what we call ourselves. But no, we're out doing 62 miles today. We're about 22 miles in. We're going from the Kickapoo State Park area, which is just west of Danville, Illinois, and we're riding over to Urbana and back. They're building a new rail trail over here called the Kickapoo Rail Trail, and it's 2 sections right now, about 3 miles between Danville and Oakwood, and then there's a 6-mile stretch that we're about ready to jump on that runs from here in St. Joe, Illinois to Urbana. And then once we get there, we turn around and come back. So actually, I think the trail is right back. Yeah, it's right back behind where we are now. I'm looking at it now. So yeah, so it's real fun. The highlight is this new trestle bridge they just built.
Oh, nice.
About a century-old bridge, hasn't been used in decades by the railroad, and they just put a new wood top, and it is now the highlight of the trail, and we love it. We rode it this morning and on the way. So, but yeah, doing 62 miles today. It's in honor of my brother, Stu. He died last October, diabetes complications, and I've been doing this since 2015. But he was 62 when he passed, so we're doing 62 miles today. And in fact, we're carrying. I got to get over here where I left it. We're carrying I'm carrying a couple things with me. He was a huge Cardinal fan, so I've got my Cardinals logo that he had with him. And then also every year, my brothers, sisters, and I would always go to Indy 500, and one of my brothers would get us all pit passes. This is his last pit pass that he had for 2019. So that's with me today as well. So he's with me in spirits. And I've got a lot of great friends who have turned me into now, as of this morning, an official double champion. I hit the $2,000 mark this morning. So
wow,
I was real happy with that. Yeah. So I think that's 2nd or 3rd time I've gotten to that level. And I'm very competitive when it comes to raising money for this. And I don't have a problem with it. I wish people would be ahead of me. I really do, because that just means more money that's going to the ADA. But I'm real happy to be part of this. My mom's type 2 as well, and so I'm riding for her. And I've got tons of friends, and a lot of the donors that are helping me out are also diabetic or have family members that way. So it's very special to me this year. It means a little more, obviously, with the loss of my brother. But we're out here doing this. In fact, here, let's get the other guys in here, guys.
Yeah, get them in. Get them in the shot.
Crew. It's Brian Zorn. He's done many of the rides with me before. Cleto's been on it before. He's one of my teammates, Sean back here, and then Rob Greider, Dr. Greider, we have to call him, back there as well. So we've got all of us here. We're just kind of refilling some water here at the Casey's and getting ready to take off from here. Lunch is in about an hour, and then heading back. So, but good day to ride. I'll tell you one thing, God gave us a good day to ride. Light winds and flat roads.
that is so awesome, man. I tell you what, you are deep in this, and you're a 2-time champion, I hear. So
7-time champion. Double champion this year because I raced 2 that. This is my 7th year in a row being champion status.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm sorry.
All 7 years I've participated in this, I've hit champion status. I didn't even know what champion status was until I got it the first year. They said, you're a champion. I was like, I'm a what? I had no idea. I was just raising money. They said $200. I'm going, how am I going to do that? I hit 250. It's like, well, let's up the goal. I hit 350. Well, let's up the goal. And I had 1,100 by the time I rode that first year. And so that's my goal every year is to at least get champion. And then I don't stop. So, but I got some great, I work in radio in Danville. So I've got a lot of great friends and clients. And I know a lot of people, which is very nice. And they've been very nice to me. So
that can't hurt.
Blessed to have those people to help out with some nice donations this year.
Well, that is so great. So Tom Barnes from Illinois, coming to us from the Illinois chapter over there. Tom, thank you so much for all you're doing. I got some shout outs here from Chinmay. He's watching.
I know. I'm seeing that right now. Thank you. That's cool. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
I'm trying to read that. It's tough to read in darkness and glasses at the same time like this. So, but hey, at least I can see the roads. That's all I'm caring about right now.
That's all we need you. Just be safe today. Worry about the
we will be. Yeah. We've all got our lights on. I've made sure we have that on, and we're taking all the country roads that we can. And so, yeah, we're being as safe as possible. This is the most traffic we're going to see all day right here, getting into here. And then after that, we're right back on trails and country roads. So we're always keeping ourselves safe. So that's number one important right here.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you again for all you've done, Tom. It's an amazing story, and $2,000. That's a watermark that's hard to hit, and you hit
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm going to keep asking. I'm not done. I want to raise more. So anybody who's watching, if you want to do, please. All right, just find the main page. My name's top of the list right now, but just hit mine and add to it. I got no problem with that.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's make it a challenge. Anybody donates $100 to Tom, we'll give him a shout out on this.
I've
live
got two
feed.
of those already since last night. I've got $200 donators. So in fact, one of them right here. He did it.
He did it. All
yeah,
right.
he was one of them. And then I got a $100 donator right there. He was one of my $100 this month. So, and then the lady actually in charge of the United Way in Danville, of Vermilion County, gave me $100 this morning. So, I've got some really good friends, great people that I know, and I'm blessed to have them. So.
That's so awesome. Well, Tom, great. Have a great ride, and best of luck to you and all your friends out there with you. We can't thank you enough for all your support and being on the committee with us. It's so awesome to see you out there and taking it all in today. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. All right. You guys be safe.
All right. That was Tom Barnes. Tom, what a story. Good Lord. He's got all kinds of family members dealing with diabetes. He's lost some folks, his brother. And his way to give back is to get out there today and be part of this Heartland Step Out with us today. So for all you out there participating, maybe you're tuning in for the first time, you just started watching our feed this morning. We're doing the Heartland Step Out. It's in 9 states. It's a fundraiser for the American Diabetes Association. If you'd like to donate and even donate to Tom's team, we just heard from just there, go to diabetes.org/Heartland. And, this whole event happens only because we have so many great sponsors. We have some day of sponsors I just want to give a quick shout out to. So I'm going to ask Lindsay Cannon to come back here. Lindsay's been in the green room waiting in the Waynes in Indianapolis, chatting with me, keep an eye on these donations coming in. Lindsay, let's talk about the day of sponsors. I'm going to put their logos up, but can you take me through some of these sponsors and kind of what they've been doing? Not just today, but what they do year long to help the American Diabetes Association.
Well, first, I'm going to shout them all out. I'm going to call all of their names because we are so excited to have them be a part of our event. Our day of event sponsors are Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City, GEHA, IU Health, United Healthcare, Geico, Sanofi, Baxter, Citizens Energy Group, Dignity Memorial, MHS, Sunflower Health, Indiana Farm Bureau, Hoosiers Work for Health, Medicare and RX Access Network, and Meijer was our Kid Zone sponsor. So those of you that got the fun box with all the kid things in them, that came from Meijer. Of course, none of this would be possible without you, Tom. Our other sponsors include WRTV, they're a media sponsor of ours, our Living Red sponsor, Lilly Diabetes, and then, of course, our wonderful, amazing year-over-year presenting sponsor, Oaktree Financial Advisors. It couldn't be possible without all of these great sponsors and supporters.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's one thing when the old saying, when the going is good, and you had the wind to your back, you're doing live events, and you've got all these sponsors out activating with tents, and you got Oaktree out there with their beer cooler and soft drinks and hats, and you got Lilly with their big red tent, and it's like a big reunion with food and all this other stuff. But when you go virtual, you really find out who your friends are, right? And I think these sponsors, these companies that are supporting the American Diabetes Association here in the Heartland, this is like, who your friends are now, right? I mean, this is like
some great friends,
testing it. Don't you think?
Yes, we've got some great friends, I would definitely say. We are so thankful and appreciative for them not only sponsoring this event, but partnering with us year-round to keep the money flowing to support that research, the advocacy, all these kid camps, everything that we do day in and day out.
Well, and I tell you, these sponsors, a lot of them, they get logos. I call it logo soup. They're on the back of your shirts. They're on websites with links and things. And a lot of times I think people kind of just brush over those, or they look at them and they just want to do their event. They just want to get their shirt or whatever. But, having been on the planning side of many events and including helping with this one, I don't think people realize how involved these sponsors are and how critical they are to pulling off an event like this. Let me ask you this. Can you do an event like this with no sponsors? Can you just go out and do it, or do you have to have sponsors?
And we have to have sponsors and we have to have volunteers. We need everyone to get out and talk about us and spread the word. And then we need the money to come in from these sponsors and friends and family teams, individual givers, whoever it is, because the money really, it backs everything that we do. It funds that critical research, all of our information programs, that 1-800 number, the website, our Diabetes Food Hub, all the fun things that we've talked about. The dollars really push forward our advocacy efforts. There's over 30 million children and adults in the United States living with diabetes. I think the number is 86 million with prediabetes. We really need the support, not only financially, but the volunteers to get out there and talk about us and support us for sure.
Well, we're trying to get that word out today. And again, if you guys want some free resources from the American Diabetes Association, just call the 1-800 number. It's a good place to start. Otherwise, I would tell you to go to the diabetes.com, diabetes.org/Heartland webpage we have set up for this event. But just diabetes.org has tons of resources, meal plans, living with diabetes, type 1, type 2, gestational, whatever you're dealing with, tons of resources out there. And it's all funded through donations, just like the folks coming in this morning, just like Tom raising $2,000 or more over in Illinois this morning. So
what a great story.
He's a great guy, and what a great group of people. Well, Lindsay, get back to looking at some of those donations. I want to see if we can get some more donations in this morning. Stay in the green room. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back to Lindsay as we get closer. We only got about 20 minutes or so left on our live feed this morning. So if you guys are watching us live, again, leave comments on the Facebook page. We'll try to bring those comments over. I can show you how this works. It's really simple. So if somebody makes a comment, let's say, let's see, Mary Hammer. Thank you, Lily. So, comments coming from the feeds, all coming in on our live feed this morning. We've got, let's see, another shout out here for Michael Runyon Jr. A big thank you from the Kentucky chapter. So thank you, Michael Runyon. We got Thad, who's out at Cool Creek Park. Thad, I'm going to pull you in real quick because you're going to give us an update on how you're doing out there this morning. I think he's here somewhere close to Indianapolis. He's trying to do 17 miles today. I have 34,000 steps. Is that right, Thad?
That's correct, Tom. I actually finished up 17 miles, and I can't see how many steps I do while the event's going on. So did my 17 miles, updated my watch, looked, and I was 200 short. So we got an extra 200 cool down at the shelter over here at Flat Fork Creek Park.
That's awesome. It's funny. I don't know if you're like this, but my wife, if she's 200 steps short and she's getting ready to go to bed, she'll walk around the upstairs for about 5 minutes to get those steps in because she can't go to bed without getting those steps completed. Are you that ADD?
I am that way. I actually walking. I'm gonna tell a little story here. I am since I was found out I was diabetic, walking is actually one of the best ways to regulate my blood sugar. Before my longest streak is before 3 years ago was 3 days, and I'm like, I'm better than that. I can do 10,000 steps more in 3 days. I'm somewhere around 1,100 days straight now at 10,000 steps. So just getting out there, getting your steps in is so much better for you.
And I bet you it was hard the first time you did it, right? I mean, something you had to kind of work into, right?
Oh yeah, there's days I'm walking around the bedroom at night, or I'm like last night I had to take an extra lap around the neighborhood to get that in. But it's about having a good support group around you. My wife's here; she's going to jump on here.
Oh, hi!
Hello.
She actually provided refreshments and drinks for all our participants.
Oh, very cool. So you got the wife. So let's talk to the wife. Let me talk to your wife real quick. Put her on the phone. All right. So how are you doing? What's your name? What's your name?
It's the welcoming committee. Sorry.
Oh, got you. All right.
Yeah.
So you're out there supporting Thad and his little 17-mile journey today, huh?
Yeah.
So
I'm helping to coordinate.
Well, you're coordinating them. Are you like coaching him too? Or you like cheering him on with signs, or just walking beside him, keeping him company?
keeping him company a little bit and getting him enough people to come out and keep him going.
Tom, we actually had a couple diabetics. I'm an active guy, but we actually had a couple diabetics that came out that aren't as active as I am. They just planned on doing 1.5 miles, and once I got out here, they just kept going. They did over 2 to 3 miles.
Wow.
So I'm really proud of them coming out and helping me, and then trying to get the camera position to get my wife back in here. No, I'm really proud of them for coming out and supporting me, and then getting their steps in and going above and beyond what they plan to do.
Well, that's awesome. Well, see, you're inspiring people, Thad. You're out there, you're inspiring these people. You're getting people to go a little bit further, push themselves a little bit more. And that's what today is all about. It's not just about raising money. It's not just about getting sponsors. It's not just about walking. It's about evangelizing and getting other people off their butt and getting them out there, getting them moving, whatever it might be. We got Kevin Gregory waiting in the Waynes right now. He's actually playing pickleball this morning for his exercise.
Nice.
So yeah, so it could be a walk. It could be a bike ride. We've got people doing skateboarding this morning. I guess it's an Olympic sport now, so we actually can do skateboarding for exercise. So, whatever it might be.
That's actually roller skating.
Yeah.
Really?
He roller skates every Saturday.
You know what? I'm about 20 years removed from roller skates, I think. Maybe 30.
So thank you for your time today, Tom. We appreciate having you out here. I know taking up your Saturday morning it is a commitment, but we're very grateful for having you out there emceeing the whole thing.
I'm very happy to do it, and it's fun to hang out with you guys virtually, even if it's not in person, to get to know you guys and spend some time with you. I know I see you guys on Zoom calls and other committee things that lead up to this event. But it's nice to kind of see the day unfold and the celebration happen virtually all in our 9 states in the Heartland. So you guys, thanks, Thad. Thanks you guys for all your work and all your support. And go home and take a shower or something, or go mow the grass.
I definitely did. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, guys. All right, that was Thad James and his wife, Cool Creek Park, out walking this morning. If you guys saw it earlier, he was actually on top of this bridge in Carmel, Indiana, and he said he could see like 5 counties from where he is. So I think the people in Kansas and Nebraska, some parts of South Dakota, you guys can all empathize with the flatness of Indiana. You can actually see 5 counties from one location. I see Kevin coming back into the green room here. Kevin Gregory with RTV6, our stud meteorologist today, because you nailed it on this forecast with this low humidity and beautiful weather this morning.
Just dropping back in to help you finish strong, Tom. So, you bring up the flatness of the landscape. You want a storm chasing joke?
Yeah.
What's the state tree of Kansas?
I have no idea.
A telephone pole.
Hey,
that can be said about many states.
That could probably happen here in Indiana in most parts. When Crown Hill Cemetery is your highest point in the state, that's pretty flat.
It does give a good view of downtown. Well, so congrats to Thad, 17 miles. That's a big day, and I know that others are hitting milestones across, what'd you say, 9 different states in the Heartland, and of course, probably across all 50 states when you just broaden it out. But as far as our broadcast today, so if some of you are seeing me for the first time, or Tom, hello, and thanks for participating. And I hope you guys have had the sunshine that we've had in Indiana. I think most areas enjoying a nice Saturday, so the humidity's down. It's all been good. So now I'm transitioning from my active morning to yard work. I think pickleball is better than yard work.
Oh, man. Well, your buddy, Jeff Grody with RTV, he actually just sent me a video a few minutes ago. He's checking in on his bike ride. He always supports this event. He does the Tour de Cure originally, but he's a big bike rider. Does he ever ride his bike to work? Do you know?
No, not that I'm aware of, but he's a prolific bike rider, as you know. And and so he likes to hit the road, get out and do some road work. I'll enjoy riding the stationary bike. That's something that I try and do on a daily basis before heading into work. But he'll put in 100 miles in a weekend, and so he's got it down.
Good Lord. Well, he just sent me a video, so I'm going to let you go for the day. Hey, we got 10 minutes left, but thank you again, Kevin, for everything you did for us and for the American Diabetes Association.
And let me make a prediction. Let me make a prediction. We'll be back together next year.
Yes.
For the Step Out Walk and Step Out Day. And so I look forward to that. Hopefully it's downtown Indy, White River State Park. We'll see where it will be. But
wherever it goes, right?
It'll be good to see you in person, to see all the different teams again and say hello face to face.
Yeah. Well, say hi to everybody at RTV6 too for being our media sponsor. Tell everybody we said hello and thank you again for all you guys did. We'll see you. If I don't see you beforehand, I'll see you next year for sure.
Team RTV6 says, have a great day.
All right. See ya. That was Kevin Gregory. And as I mentioned, his cohort in crime down at RTV is actually their CFO. He's a chief financial guy down at RTV6. And Jeff Grody just sent me a bike video. So let's check this out. Let's see where he's at.
That was a great downhill. I'm Jeff Grody, and I'm out here riding with the American Diabetes Association, and I'm probably about halfway through my ride so far. I've got about 25 miles in of my 50-mile bike ride. What a wonderful day, enjoying the countryside. Got some great roads that I'm riding. Not a lot of traffic, which is very, very wonderful. I know a lot of people probably envious. Got the whole place to myself. Here's a little bit of what the countryside looks like. Got a nice bridge going across today. Just having a wonderful, wonderful ride, and supporting the family members. I've got several that have diabetes, and this is a great way for me to help support them. I will catch up with you when I finish up the ride and see how we do. See you later. Bye.
That was Jeff Grody with RTV6, a local TV affiliate here in Indianapolis. He's like Kevin Gregory said, this guy rides like all the time. He's putting like 100 miles every weekend. So thank you for your support. I do have an update for you. Again, leave your comments in the feed. We'll try to show those on the screen. If you guys want to give a shout out to your team or to your local folks, to your mom, your dad, family member, whoever, put it in the comments. We'll try to show those on the screen, give them a shout out. But we do have a fundraising total thus far, okay? This came from Lindsay. Now, Lindsay, I'm going to bring you back in because this is really your number to share. It's not mine. This is Lindsay Cannon with the American Diabetes Association here in Indiana. She's been watching the donations coming in on teams and things. Lindsay, give us some good news. How much money have we raised so far?
Tom, I am so excited to announce that so far we have raised over $178,000. We have 30 days to go. We want you guys to keep fundraising, keep getting active, keep sharing the word about the ADA.
Oh, $178,000? Really?
Awesome.
That is amazing.
Some great fundraisers out there.
Oh my gosh. Once I take my 10% cut of that, I'll still be $160,000. I'm teasing. Teasing.
You're a mess, Tom.
Oh, but no, $178,000 and it's still going. So we still have 30 more days.
We are so excited to see the dollars roll in, and we know that we're going to see a bunch of you guys reach our champion status and join us for our virtual champions event coming soon.
So virtual champions event, they also get this whole box of stuff. And now there's a picture of this. I'm going to put this on the screen really quick. What all comes in this box, or do you even know what all comes in this box?
Well, it depends on how much you fundraise, Tom. So we've got different fundraising levels starting at $130, and you work your way up for different swag. I know that you're a big fan of that quarter zip, but we really, really want everyone to get to that $1,000 range so they can celebrate with some food and a chef and some mission moments in our virtual event.
That is awesome. Well, we're hoping to get as many champions as possible. We need some more ringers out there for the American Diabetes Association. And the best way to do that, guys, is get that $1,000 watermark. And we heard from John earlier, John Ruggles, who's a co-chair of this. We've heard some other people up, Thad, who said, it seemed kind of daunting to try to raise that kind of money at first. But I think once you start talking to people about why you're doing it, what your cause is, what your association is with the ADA, People are very generous when it comes to that kind of thing. Any kind of tips you'd give people that are looking to donate or maybe start a team today? We had 2 new teams come in this morning. Any advice for them?
Yeah, so you can visit our website, diabetes.org/Heartland, and you can create your team or you can donate to a team. I know Tom gave a little plug for his team and asked for some donations there. It's very easy. It's free registration for you to create your team and to join. And, it's not just today that we are out walking and celebrating. This is an event that goes on forever. We always want you to be out moving and talking about the ADA.
So it's not just today, it's all the time, but maybe today's just that little reminder, that little, jog to the head. Hey, I need to start talking about this with my friends and start raising some money. So, well, thank you. $178,000, you guys. I think we should give them a round of applause. I think we should applaud all these folks who've been out there raising money. $10, $100, $250. I got Tom over in Illinois. He just lost his brother, unfortunately, to diabetes, and he's out there raising money in honor of his brother and some other folks. So, it takes a village. And I think we've got a great Heartland village now, these 9 states all working together to make this all happen. So thank you, Lindsay. We've only got about 5 minutes left here. I'm going to put you back in the green room here. We've got 5 more minutes left of our live feed. Again, in the last second, if you guys want to make any comments in our feed, we'll try to show those on the screen for you really quick. We've got some folks making comments on our Facebook feed. Here's a shout out to Tom Barnes. Tom was the guy we just talked to who raised over $2,000. He's not done yet. He's still on his way. He wants to raise more money than that. So thank you for that. Chinmay, he's a co-chair. He's actually been in the green room the whole time, sitting here kind of absorbing it all. I'm going to go to him at the very end of this, Chinmay, because I want to hear from our co-chair, kind of any final thoughts, any final words. But, this doesn't happen without all these people, all these volunteers, you watching this video and you coming into heartland.org/diabetes and either supporting a team, starting your own team, we hope, or just fundraising on your own. Maybe you just want to stroke a check for $1,000 because you believe in the cause. Whatever that cause is, we'd love to hear about it. So again, you can use the Heartland Step Out hashtag. We would love to see some of your photos from today, and we'll try to share those some of our pages as well. I got some more mission moments I'd like to share with you guys. Here's one for you. It's sponsored by Hoosiers Work for Health. They said that nearly 1 in 2, so 1 in 2, that's like half, okay, Americans have diabetes or pre-diabetes, okay? So in our 9 states, our Heartland states that we're broadcasting to live this morning through our YouTube channel and Facebook, we have 11.58 million people that are either have diabetes, type 1, 2, or gestational, or they're pre-diabetes. So that's a lot of people. And, if you want to stay up to on all these facts, all these mission moments, highly recommend you follow the Facebook page of your local American Diabetes Association chapter. We've got 9 of them in 9 states. Find them on Facebook. You're probably watching it through the feed right now. But we highly recommend that you reach out, follow their page, stay in the know on what they're doing, and maybe just volunteer or step out to volunteer at an event. Maybe you can host a team of your own. You got 30 days still to get a team together and maybe raise, $250, maybe raise $1,000. As Lindsay pointed out, $500 is a big watermark to hit, but you do get this really cool, and I've got it all distorted now, but this really cool, nifty 3/4 zip jacket. I think I'm covering up the logo. What is this? Here we go. See that? Really cool, really nice fall. You can wear this under stuff in the winter. Beautiful, beautiful 3/4 zip. Get to $1,000 level. That's when the party starts happening. You get invited to the VIP reception. A lot of different things can happen. Let's see. We've got some other. I don't have any more of the minutes. So I've got 3 of those. I've smoked through all 3 of them. I'm going to go back and show one more here. This is one for Medicare and the RX network, Access Network. I don't know if you guys knew this, but every 21 seconds, someone in the U.S. is diagnosed with diabetes. Type 1, type 2, whatever kind it is, every 21 seconds. That is a lot. That's like 3 per minute. Okay, so this isn't something that's only going to affect 1 or 2 people, or a couple people that you might know, or they have told you they have diabetes, or maybe somebody in your family. These are people just walking around, just look in a mall. That's a lot of people dealing with diabetes, and we've got 34 million Americans that have diabetes, and a lot of people are out there doing walks this morning. They're doing 3.4 miles in honor of the 34 million Americans that are living with diabetes. So we really can't thank all you guys enough for getting out there this morning, stepping up. Make sure as you take photos the rest of the day, you hashtag Heartland Step Out. Let me put that back up on the screen so you guys can see it one more time. Hashtag your pictures, hashtag your images, social, Instagram, Facebook, any of that kind of stuff. And if you're on Facebook, try to tag the local chapter, the local ADA chapter in your state. That's very helpful for them because they can then share that with their followers and kind of get the good word out about what you guys did there. You should be proud of yourself. Pat yourselves on the back. Like we heard earlier, $178,000 so far we've raised. We got 30 more days to go. Chinmay, I want to bring you back in here at the very end. We're going to do a thank you video at the very end of this webcast. We're at our time limit right now, but Chinmay, I'm going to bring you back as a co-chair and a scientist, engineer working on this every day of the week at Roche. Any final thoughts and any parting words from our co-chair on today's event? I just need you to unmute yourself if you don't mind, buddy.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's easier if we can hear you. Any parting thoughts from you, Chinmay?
I think one thing I'll say is that, diabetes, it doesn't differentiate what your socioeconomic status is, and people who live with the diabetes, they have to make a tough choices day in and day out. So anything and everything that we can do to support people is, I think, is very good thing. So I really, truly thank all the sponsors, donors, and volunteers for their time and to make this event a success.
Well put, Chinmay. And again, I know today's event is fun. It's great to see everybody, and we had a lot of fun today. But I know you're going to get up on Monday morning, go right back to work, and get back into the throes of helping those with diabetes at Roche and all the work you guys are doing there. A big thank you to you for co-chairing this. You've been spearheading this event for many years. Ever since I've been associated with it, you've been spearheading it, either as chair or co-chair. So again, on behalf of the ADA, thank you for all that you've done, and thank you, and hopefully you have a great rest of your Saturday.
Yes, and a big shout out to Mary Hammer.
Yes, with the bad internet access.
Yes.
All right, Chinmay, before we go, I just want to do one last quick shout out to our top sponsors today. And again, I'm going to go in reverse order. So again, all of our day of event sponsors, you guys see your logos on this page. Thank you guys so much for all that you've done, not just stroking checks, but getting teams, supporting teams, doing things with people at your place of employment. Thank you so much. Also want to thank WRTV6 and the TownePost network, which is my little baby. Again, media sponsors are great, helping get the word out. Eli Lilly Diabetes, our Living Red sponsor. You guys, insulin. I mean, you've all heard of insulin, right? That's Lilly's product. And not only are they developing insulin, they're also working on other things to help people who are diagnosed with diabetes live with diabetes. And they're working on it day in and day out as well. So thank you, Lilly. Thank you, Lilly Diabetes. Thank you for being a Living Red sponsor. And of course, last but not least, our Oaktree Financial Advisors. Chris and Ed, two of the best guys you ever want to meet. They're financial advisors, and yes, they have a lot of customers that probably participated in this walk, run, skateboard, pickleball event today, whatever they did to raise money. But Oaktree, as I wear their hat, are just a couple of great guys. And they just know a lot of people that have had diabetes. They wanted to step up and support this somehow. and they stepped up in a huge way, being our presenting sponsor. So hopefully we can get back. Maybe we can get back together next year and do something in person. We hope we can. But in the meantime, I'm Tom Britt with the TownePost Network. I'm going to be signing us off. Before we leave, I want to give you a really quick thank you video. This is a video professionally done. This isn't me talking this time. This is a thank you video from the American Diabetes Association. You guys have a great day. You got 30 more days. Remember, diabetes.org/Heartland. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for helping us find a cure.
Thank you for your generosity.
The American Diabetes Association has impacted me so greatly.
The American Diabetes Association has impacted me and my family personally for about the last 10 years.
It's an amazing group of people with an amazing mission to help the 34 million Americans who are living with diabetes.
Thank you for supporting me.
And thank you for supporting me.
The ADA has everything I need to help me live my best life as a diabetic.
And most importantly, it's given me the opportunity to meet some of my best friends and some amazing people in my life that make me feel like I'm not alone living this life with diabetes.
I'm always connected and never alone.
Thank you for helping us to find a cure.
Thank you for supporting us.
And thank you for helping us find a cure. The American Diabetes Association has taught me to not let diabetes just control my entire life, and they've helped me learn how to live a healthy, productive life. I've learned a lot about how to be responsible, manage my Q&D, and still be a kid.
Thank you for helping us find a cure.
I'm truly grateful for the ADA support, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for supporting me.
Thank you for helping us find a cure, and thank you for supporting me.
We are connected for life.